What's going on? I am Nando.
And I'm DJ.
And I, by the nature of what we're doing here, don't know what DJ's doing, but my name is Diggins.
And this is Mostly Nitpicking, a podcast where every week we pick apart a piece of pop culture by looking exclusively at the details. Woohoo!
What are you talking about? It's very clear who I am. Come on now.
I didn't listen in a language I understand.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't learn Japanese for this?
No.
I did. I learned it just in case.
I just remembered that was a thing. I totally forgot. Oh, man.
And I didn't think about this before. Well, we'll get to it. We'll talk about this as we go. People may be confused about this because they're like, what movie even is this? And then it's a movie that even if you do kind of know what it is, doesn't scream, like anime movie that you're kind of familiar with. Like it sounds like some boring French movie. But instead it is that. So yeah, pretty cool.
Well,
what was that movie?
Why it sounds French, Nando?
Yeah. Why? Because he's a French guy.
The whole point, the whole idea of the character of Lupin III or Lupin III is that he is the illegitimate grandson of the legendary French thief Arsène Lupin.
Ah, that makes sense. What's that movie with Nicolas Cage that has a really weird title? Not weird, but reminded me of
You're
this.
going to have to be way more specific.
Jiu-Jitsu?
It's like a long title, and it's like Captain Corelli's Mandolin. That's what it is. Every time I thought about the title of this, I thought that was what this was. I've never watched that one. I'm sure you've seen it, Diggins. What is it? Any good?
Captain Corelli's Mandolin? I've actually not seen it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I feel like it's got like an awardsy vibe to it that I feel like if I don't know it's won all the awards, that means it probably is what didn't hit the way they wanted. But
I don't think it's considered one of his best.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the funnier titles. But speaking of titles, DJ, we got to talk about the news this week.
We have to.
The title fight for the fate of Earthrealm is delayed because they maybe it's good, and maybe that's why, and they want to make some money on this thing. But yeah, what's the news, DJ?
Well, fortunately or unfortunately, if you're me, I think unfortunately because it means I have to wait longer. But Mortal Kombat 2 has been delayed till next summer, and maybe that means it's good, which would be great. I was wondering, is it going to be creeping kind of near like Street Fighter 2? Is it edging up on?
Yeah, I think Street Fighter 2. Well, when was the Street Fighter 2 released?
Not Street Fighter 2, just Street Fighter.
I don't think that there was a Street Fighter 1 in terms of their new continuity thing they're doing.
They should just jump right to 2.
March currently. We'll see if that changes.
So, So, there'll be a much more, I think, direct comparison now, just because it'll be within a couple months of each other. But it has been delayed. By the way, Roman Reigns just suffered a horrible injury in WWE. It's a common one among certain wrestlers, but he got hit with a bad case of has to go film Street Fighter 2. So
what's he gonna be? Cammy?
I keep saying Street Fighter 2. Oh my god.
Yeah, Cammy.
No. Who is Roman Reigns?
Sick.
Playing in Street Fighter. He's playing oh my god.
Chun-Li.
He's Akuma.
Yeah, he is Akuma. He's an okay Akuma.
So
I feel like
it should be fine.
My thing with Akuma is like he has to, in my head, and I know this isn't what he is, but he's like Ken, but like different, like just looks but different colors and stuff. And like he's way bigger than Andrew Koji. They're like different kinds of guys. But he's also kind of the devil or something, right, Akuma?
Akuma is a villain for Ryu.
Oh, right. Sorry, I meant Ryu. I'm looking at this list, and even though Andrew Koji, he's second on the list of the cast behind Noah Centineo, but my brain is like, Andrew Koji goes first. But then I just read the name Ken. But yeah, so I feel like, that's interesting.
Yeah. So, but all this is to say that, Mortal Kombat 2, and I informed my co-host prior, was one of my favorite movies to select for this year's Movie Fantasy League, but it's been stolen from me. They were offering it for only $2. And if you're a big spender like me,
it's $8 quarters.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's about as many as it'll take to beat the game.
Yeah.
Hey, that's 20 dimes.
It's true.
Yeah. So what that means, what they got me thinking was, so the Movie Fantasy League, we haven't recorded since this has came out, but the Movie Fantasy League, it's back, baby. Vulture's Movie Fantasy League. I'll do my best to explain this, but essentially, have until September 25th. What you could do is, for free, you could go on to the Vulture Movie Fantasy League website, sign up for a team, or sign up to make a team, essentially. And all the movies have different dollar values assigned to them. And you have to select 8 movies and stay within your $100 budget. You have to select 8 movies. You can't select 5 $20 movies or 3 30s and a 10. You have to select 8 movies. And you cannot go over to $100. You don't have to spend $100. You can spend any amount of money, really, as long as you select 8 movies. You could spend $8
as long as it's
if you wanted to.
$100 or less, also.
That's true.
Right, yes, you can't. Right, exactly. And then there's points based on box office for movies that come out after September 25th. Right.
And to be clear, by the way, because there was confusion about this in the past, not real money. It's free to participate.
Yeah, they are giving you $100 fake dollars to fake buy real movies to put in your fake team or real team, whatever. It is completely free to join. And then there's they break down the entire point breakdown, which I would encourage you, because it weights kind of toward award season stuff. So the Oscars and various film awards that lead up to the Oscars, you get points for that. So you don't want to go all in on box office. You can, but not always successful. You kind of want to have a decent spread.
They're nerds. The people that make this are nerds and not cool. So they pick nerdy movies.
Yeah. Although sometimes Wicked comes out and does super well at both, and if you don't have it, then you just lose.
Right.
That's true.
Movies from last year that I think did particularly well, right? And were good value. Honora, Scrape Valley was a $20 movie.
Yeah.
Wicked, another $20 movie, and A Complete Unknown was also in that 20-ish range, and those also really good value. So it's fun, and if you type in mostly nitpicking. There's a group thing. I think
there's a thing that says you can optionally put in a name of a league to participate in. So you just put mostly nitpicking for your league name, and you'll be automatically grouped together with everyone else who does that.
Yeah, and if you win, you get to pick a movie for us to nitpick down the road at some point once we get under this mountain of debt that we've accumulated. Much like the Survivor League. We'll talk about that a little bit later. By the time, depending on when this comes out, it might not be too late to pick a Sunday or Monday team. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah,
you can pick as long as you're in by week 1, pick one of those teams. Anyway, talk about the Movie Fantasy League. So we thought, why don't we serve the people? We're going to play it's not a game, it's a segment, whatever. It's called 5 Below, where Nando, Diggins, and I, we're each going to give you our favorite movie that costs $5 or less. So in our opinion, this is a movie that you can get for cheap. Probably at the end of your roster, you got $5 left to fill that 8th spot. Maybe this would be a good one. In our opinion, and just giving you, we don't want to give away our entire drafts. We'll post them when we post them. But Mortal Kombat 2, I really like that 5 Below, but it's gone, so I have a different one now. But this is what we're going to do, and we'll just talk about what we think. So who wants to go first? Who wants to go first with 5 Below?
Not me. I have a bunch of them, and I want to see. I feel like mine might be one of yours, so I don't want to take it.
Okay, well,
I'll go first because I don't think either of you picked the one I'm about to say.
All right.
We'll see.
I decided to go with a little movie called The Mastermind.
Okay.
Oh,
no, I saw that one.
This is an upcoming movie by Kelly Reichardt about it's set in the 70s. It's about a suburban dad who's also an art thief. And I just think it hits a lot of key points. Kelly Reichardt, first of all, an extremely talented director. She's been nominated for Oscars and other big awards before. She doesn't always, her last movie didn't really get a lot of awards attention. But I think this one has a lot of key elements that make it that. First of all, subject matter, 70s America, nostalgia for older voters.
Mm.
Perfect. Kind of about, an American sort of malaise. Also, something we love in the movies. And it's got hot upcoming stars like Josh O'Connor and John Magaro in it.
Oh, Josh O'Connor.
Mm-hmm. From that Challengers movie.
That's right. People love him. Who's the other one? What's the other one's name?
Mike Face.
That's the other one. Yeah. That's who I thought it was. So, but good for the other one too. Really good.
So, is it like hugely buzzed about Smash the festival circuit is going to it has huge buzz around it, whatever? I mean, no, that's why it's $5. But I think the elements are there to either, clean up a little bit at some indie awards or maybe snag a couple Oscars nominations for $5. I think that's good value.
All right.
Interesting. Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot. I'm curious to see, it comes out in October of this year. So we'll know soon if it's cool. Yeah, fascinating.
All right.
What about you, DJ? What do you got?
Yeah, well, I like that, Diggins, and I'm going to go in a little bit of a different direction. So now I got to be very clear. I know nothing about this movie except for one fact that, I this was kind of on my radar that I saw it in the movie Fantasy League. And I think this is the steal of the draft. And I'm honestly surprised.
Oh, my God. It's the steal of the draft.
I think
I'm so excited.
And a movie, I have no idea what the subject matter is, but it's a little movie called Anemone starring Daniel Day-Lewis. You're telling me I get a Daniel Day-Lewis movie where he's coming out of retirement, one of the greatest actors of our generation, for $5, and Sean Bean's in it? Everyone loves Sean Bean. Now, it is a directorial debut of, I think it's, I don't know if it's the debut, but I don't think this guy has done a lot of movies, of Ronan Day-Lewis, Daniel Day-Lewis' son. But I think it's cool that he came out of retirement to be in a movie that his son directed. And this is the first major.
That usually works, right? That's like usually a pretty good formula for success.
When the son of a famous actor does like a debut and the dad like has to be part of it for it to get anywhere, usually that's a great sign.
But what if it is amazing and it's like Daniel Day-Lewis like gets these like crazy noms for like all these acting noms? It's like Daniel Day-Lewis getting a Daniel Day-Lewis movie for $5. It just feels to me like in any other scenario besides the whenever he's coming out of retirement to do a movie he's directed, but he's not going to put in a half-ass performance. He's not going to mail it in. It's goddamn Daniel Day-Lewis. I think I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? Am I crazy? Have we got blinders on? What do you guys think about this?
I think the movie might be bad. I don't know anything about it besides the son directed it. But what did you say it was called? Anemone. Anemone. Okay,
Anemone.
Right off the bat, I don't like the title.
Like the sea anemone?
I think that's how it's spelled.
Yeah. Anemone. Okay, yeah.
Great when it's hard to say the name.
Yeah,
of the movie,
great when you have to go to the movie theater and then ask the guy and then ask him 8 times and get embarrassed and then go, just Fantastic Four. Is that still nothing? I'll just go to that. Whatever,
Well,
but
it hasn't had its premiere yet anywhere. Like it hasn't been at a festival or anything.
October 3rd, New York Film Festival.
We really don't have any idea if it's any good or not.
Yeah.
Well, it has its festival premiere in September.
Oh, I see.
And it's interesting. It's written also by Daniel and Ronan Day-Lewis. And Ronan Day-Lewis has written a couple of things, like he directed a music video. Wrote something called The Sheep and the Wolf. So it's a short film, but maybe that's good.
Look, but
listen, for a $5 sort of outside bet, I don't think it's crazy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I had... And, I don't know if we should be giving... Well, I don't know if Nando's going to give, 18 away, but...
I might.
I had some other theories where, just pick it for the actor in it. There's there's like some movie for $5 with like Sydney Sweeney, and I'm like, people love Sydney Sweeney. So
yeah, she's really killing it this week.
Yeah.
Do you see who she's dating?
No.
Allegedly, but I do think this is
Don
more or
Trump
less true.
Jr.
I mean, listen, one of the great villains of our time, Scooter Braun.
What?
You know Scooter Braun, right? The man who stole all Taylor Swift's music and stuff.
Oh, this fucker.
Yeah.
God damn. Really?
So
That's
funny.
Crazy.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know what else she could do. Like throw a puppy in front of the L train or something in public to like
right,
burn all of her goodwill. But
never mind. Don't do the. I can't even find what this movie was, but I just scrolling through.
I know which one. The Housemaid, I think, is probably what you were looking at.
Yeah,
I thought about it, but I do think that movie
close.
might be good because it's the team behind it I don't hate. But let me see, because I did look at this one. Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Are Nando, how many are you going to throw out there? Because I got 2 more honorable mentions that are just like real quick hits.
You do your honorable mentions. I've got
right.
a couple.
I got 2 honorable mentions: Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie, and the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Fascinating.
Both purely for the kids are going to flock to the theaters to see this, and you will rack up box office points. So purely on that just might be something to consider. If you 100%. Don't believe in the star power of Daniel Day-Lewis. So
if you, I'll tell you, it's SpongeBob movie also on my list. That movie, the last one of those made 400. Well, okay, this is the funny thing about the SpongeBob movie, because I had to go like, well, do these make money though? Like, what's the story with these? First SpongeBob movie that came out forever ago made about $150 million or something, and like that was pretty good. You know, the second SpongeBob movie that came out in 2015 made about $450 million. The third SpongeBob movie that came out in 2020 made $4 million. Part of me wonders if the algorithm put all those together, averaged it out, and went, these do okay. But like, if you take that third one out of the equation, this is a crazy good deal. The SpongeBob movie.
Yeah, like I don't know, like Gabby's Dollhouse. Like there hasn't been a movie of that, but like I think if you put like similar cohort, I'd probably say like Paw Patrol, and the most recent Paw Patrol movie did $200 million. So just something to the kids' movies fucking raking the cash. So with that, I will pass it to you, Nando.
Well, I will say, SpongeBob on my list. I think that's a great pick, because I think because of nerds, box office is often, people forget that it's important, and I feel like that one's going to make a lot of money. I would say, so I had a couple that I have some that I like that I would usually pick, and I'm going to say I'm not going to pick them this year. Like the Anaconda movie, that could be really funny, but I don't pick comedies anymore because they fuck you. They're bad for the game. And they never win anything because the movies that get nominated in the comedy categories aren't comedies anyway. It'll be like bullshit.
Correct.
So, I don't bother with that. I will say two that were on my radar that I actually think are pretty interesting. One's The Secret Agent. This is a movie. So first of all, one thing I love about this one, already out overseas. So you can look at the reviews and they're stellar. This is a movie. Where is it? Brazilian? Yes. Brazilian political thriller starring Wagner Moura, who we all love from his wonderful role in that classic movie. Say it with me, everybody. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, where he plays Death. You remember him?
That's right.
He's also like, is he Pablo Escobar in that show? I'm pretty sure he's that guy. If he's not Pablo Escobar, he's somebody on that. What's that show called? Narcos? Anyway. But that has really, really, really good reviews. So maybe that's a best foreign film like winner.
Okay.
It's currently got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes with 35 critics reviews. And like, I don't know. I just think like looking at a movie like that with that information under $5, that's great. Again, don't know what the movie's about. Other movie that I'm really interested in, but it's also not my pick, is No Other Choice. Also very in this like kind of cheapish category. This is the new movie by Park Chan-wook. This comes out in later this year. There have been some trailers. I remember there was one trailer that got leaked and then they took it off the line. So I don't know what the story is with that. And so I don't know exactly when this releases here. But
we got a TBA on it.
Looks pretty interesting. It looks fun. You know what this is? This is me taking a movie that I'm like, I'd probably enjoy this. But it's about a guy who, from what I understand, it's like he's not having luck in the job market. Have either of you guys seen anything for this one, by the way?
No.
Okay. So it's a black comedy. He's having bad luck in the job market. So what he decides to do is start killing everyone else that's going out for the same job as him.
God,
and
this guy, man, just can't give me a. Right.
I mean, but like, great. So, and Park Chan-wook, for people that don't know, I wouldn't say like an Academy darling necessarily, but like I do think that a lot of his work, some of his, so Decision Leave was 2022. That got some attention. There was The Handmaiden, which I think is an incredible movie. I don't remember if that got any love at the time, but and then he made Old Boy, I believe. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
So like those three right there, and Old Boy. This is not the Spike Lee one that sucks. I haven't seen the Spike Lee one,
the original,
but this is the original. Yeah, but this guy's just cool. I like him. I feel like this movie's gonna be pretty good. I'm not sure if I would pick it. But I will say my pick for this year, and this is the Nando guarantee lock of the century, is a little movie that I learned about 5 minutes ago called Arco. This is the fancy animated movie of this year, and I think it's got a good shot at winning Best Animated, much like Flow did last year. I think there's an appetite for that. As the only person that picked Flow last year, who got a significant amount of points for it, I just think people like those. This one has a great voice cast in like the dub. I don't know what the rest of it's like, but this has Natalie Portman is in it, Will Ferrell is in it, Flea from Wild Thornberrys is in it.
Wow.
And that too, yeah, and Red Hot Chili Peppers, Andy Samberg, Mark Ruffalo.
I don't watch dubs.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure the people in the subs are also great, or the original, I guess. I can't tell. I would imagine Arco is probably an important character in the movie Arco. So let's see what their voice actors. I don't know any of this stuff. I don't know. It's probably great. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought you maybe confused Arco with Argo, and you were like, that movie already won Best Picture. It'll definitely win.
Finally, Affleck's gonna get that Oscar. I will say one other thing I really like about this. Produced by Natalie Portman. So I feel like it's got a little bit of like juice behind it in the Academy. Like if there are Academy voters who don't know what this is, they may see it and then be like, oh, and Natalie Portman made it. She's from Black Swan. And, all that stuff that we like. Like she's one of our guys. And, I'm just going to guess that this one's going to look like this was going to come out great. I feel like the reviews have been pretty strong. I don't know. What do we think is up for Best Animated this year? Like, can it beat the K-pop movie? I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely not K-pop Demon Hunters. That's definitely not going to be nominated.
Okay.
Yeah. So then you got, like, what? It's going to have to
Zootopia
be Bad Guys 2, Elio. Like,
Elio's not sniffing a nomination. There's no way.
Yeah. So I feel like this feels pretty safe to me. I don't know about Neja. I don't know if that could get nominated. And then there's Zootopia, but I feel like that looks not great.
I know, right?
I think it's still going to make an insane amount of money, and that will still make it dangerous. But
there's a certain cohort of people who are definitely going to go see that movie.
That's a great point, Diggins.
And let me tell you this. This is what the plot of Arco is. Not the whole plot, but like it's about rainbows are time travelers. And then Arco lands in the year 3000, and a little girl has to help him get home. So like super confusing and trippy. But yeah, I don't know.
Too artsy fartsy though. Like sometimes when they're too abstract, it's like, oh, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like the cat movie was a cat movie. Like, what's your pitch for this one? Because cat movie is simple.
I think if anything, this looks like a fancy movie. Because I don't think any of these people, well, I don't know about any. I don't think most of these Academy voters watch any of these movies. Like, they're bad people who lie and pretend to watch them. And I think they'll see this and go, "Oh, right, like that Spirited Away movie I love so much. Well, this is that." Even though this has nothing to do with that. Also, you know what else I like about this? It was bought by Neon, and they're doing the distribution of this movie. I feel like they've got an interesting record recently, and like I kind of feel like they got some quality. You know, like they were Anora last year. Maybe they just know something. Like that's they may be the new A24.
Yeah,
and at kind of having a name. I'm trying to figure out where this movie is from, because like it's definitely a foreign.
It's French.
Is it French?
It's French.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's
the French deliver. Listen, the French deliver.
But I mean, it's a crowded field for what the French are going to submit.
That's true.
Oh, really? Maybe. Well, that's why we might be digging around in the $3 zone, right?
Yeah, there was some other stuff I liked or looked at and was like, maybe this, maybe that. Some of them, like the Him movie, I could see that doing well, but that comes out before this closes, so I don't think
box office on that.
You don't get
It'd
the
be
box
more
office.
if you did. I'm convinced. Yeah.
Yeah, if it were a week later, I'd say for sure. And then yeah, I mean, and then there's stuff that's further up that I'm like, that is $8 for that is insane. So I think there's value to be had all over the place. Oh, you know what else? This is the other one that really blew my mind, that it was down there in $5 Now You See Me 3. Those movies make so much money. Like,
come on, man.
Stop it. How long has it been?
I mean, but that's true of what? Like Avatar. I mean, sometimes, how long had it been since they made a Top Gun movie? The people love the Now You See Me movies, even though they all stink.
You think that's good value at $5? Really?
I do. What do you think the box office of the last one made?
I had to guess 150 mil.
Worldwide or domestic? That's your worldwide.
What were they grade on? They grade on worldwide. Bump it to 2. Let's say 2.
Okay, Diggins, what do you think it made worldwide?
Well, since DJ said 2, I'm going to say $300 million.
Nice.
$334 million. That was the second one. So, like, I think that's a great start. Also, this one, I think, and I haven't watched any trailers because these movies are dumb. But I'm pretty sure this one is kind of like doing that thing where it brings everybody from all the movies together. So, like, characters from 2 and then 1. I don't know if it's going to bring in the girl that they replaced. But besides that,
is Michael Caine going to make an appearance?
You know, probably. Unless his character dies in one of them. But even if he does, why not? You know,
I mean, he's not in the trailers. I'll say that much.
It'd be an amazing surprise. It would be such a fucking.
Wait, does he die in any of them? I have yet to see the
I've never seen any of these movies. I don't know.
Doesn't he become? Doesn't he like decide to hunt them?
Oh, that's right. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this movie's gonna fucking destroy.
All right.
It's got Rosamund Pike. We love her. Dominic Sessa. Maybe this will win Best Picture. Ariana Greenblatt. Wow.
The greatest upset of all time, I feel like.
It's by Ruben Fleischer, who we all love from Venom 1 and Venom 2, but not Venom 3. Oh, no, that was producer. Anyway, I feel great about it. I think this is going to be. I think we're going to look back and like, wow, that was incredible.
Well, Nando, there was an excellent transition, like 5 miles in the rearview mirror, but now that we're here, you did.
There's an excellent transition now about a movie about a bunch of thieves who steal things using. I mean, what some may consider magic. Science and magic are one and the same, and I would imagine you would describe what this guy does as scientific more than magic based, even though their magic is also science. So, yeah. But you want to talk about a movie about a couple of master thieves and the cop that pursues them, who's also kind of part of it and stuff.
I would love to talk about that.
Love to, yeah.
All right, let's do it, because we got a movie this week. Now, this is from at least a year ago, maybe 2. It's so from long. Nick. They, I think they picked this as a donation for the last, or maybe even one before that, charity.
The RRR one? Oh my god.
Yeah, it could be. They're usually at these, and they usually get one. So I'm happy that we're finally doing this one. They have another one that they got from the last charity stream from the other day, and and they told me they're going to tell me what it is once we do this one.
Nice. Well, I guess we get to find out soon then.
Another Lupin the Third, please, please.
Yeah, maybe they made a couple of these. Maybe we have to watch that Lupin show. Didn't they make a show?
Came out like 5 years ago.
Well,
like,
yeah.
The Lupin show has nothing to do with the Lupin the Third. If you're thinking of the Netflix one.
I am thinking of the Netflix one. I was tricked because the poster of it is called Lupin Part 3. And I was like, is that French for the third? And then I realized, no, probably not. It has Omar Sy from, everyone remembers him as Bishop in that one X-Men movie.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah, but yeah, no, they made other ones probably. What is anyway. Lupin the 3? This one that I said, the one on Netflix, Lupin, is that like a reboot? Like a sexy reboot of like...
Well, no, that's a completely different thing about a guy in modern France who's like, I'm the modern Arsène Lupin.
Oh, so that could take place in the same universe. If he is the modern... Is he inspired by the original Arsène Lupin?
Yeah, like Arsène Lupin is an existing fictional character separate from this anime series.
That's what he wants you to think.
So like it's basically an adaptation of that. They're just both adapting the same source, but they're not related otherwise.
Interesting. I can't wait to see it. Well, no, don't do that. Don't pick the Lupin. I mean, listen, Nick, it's up to you. If you want to pick the Lupin movie, you pick the Lupin movie. But I will say, we watched this one. I do think besides that one Italian comedy we're never going to do, this is our furthest back debt. So I'm excited to talk about it. Yeah. What is it called, Diggins? What's the full title of this one?
This is Lupin III, The Castle of Cagliostro.
Very good. And yeah, so DJ, you're in charge of the IMDb this week.
Okay.
IMDb. Yeah,
I am.
So take it away.
Yep, and it's the IMDb B as in spelling bee summary game that we play because we hate ourselves. No, it's because I don't know why we do it, but
we hate IMDb and we want to embarrass them. No,
yeah.
Cool and want to embarrass them.
I gotta stop saying every week because sometimes this episode it takes like 3 weeks to get one out, and it's because some people, whatever, it doesn't matter. Some of us.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is and what embarrassing thing happened to them.
Yeah, it literally doesn't. So we won't dwell on it. But anyway, so every week or episode, we get together and two of us have to guess the IMDb summary from IMDb.com. And I know everyone's wondering where do they get these summaries from, and it's actually crazy. It's they get it from podiatrists. So
how unrelated to anything we've said before.
So podiatrists, also known as foot doctors, for those who might not know. And what they do is, so this is actually, I don't know if people know this, but there's way more podiatrists than people with podiatry issues. So it's one of those industries where there's just like way too many of them. Like I wouldn't want to give any
What
examples.
Are we going to do about all those podiatrists?
Exactly. But there's podiatrists running around with nothing to do. Because people are just like, yeah, my feet are fine. I don't need a feet fine. So what they do is they get these IMDb pays for these podiatrists to go to a retreat every year, and what they do is so IMDb gets the X-ray. They get a foot X-ray of the director of the movie. So like for this movie, they got an X-ray of Hayao Miyazaki's foot. And they look at that foot X-ray, and
we have neglected to mention up to this point that this is Hayao Miyazaki's first movie.
Yeah, it's incredible. And they look at that foot, and then they give the summary of the movie. Now you're wondering, wait, but like, what about Hayao Miyazaki? He's done so many movies. Like, we're telling me this. How do they figure it out? And so what they do is they take the X-ray the year that the movie comes out. So it's 1979. They're like, all right, get on the X-ray machine. They scan the foot. And they're like, all right, what do we think the summary of this movie is based on looking at the foot? And sometimes the foot really tells the story of the movie because, to you and I, a foot X-ray is nothing. We have no sense of what the foot X-ray means.
Well, speak for yourself. I see a foot X-ray and I go, that's what I like. That's
Nando.
That's just my thing.
Knows everything about feet.
I do. I hate them. I hate every single one. Don't show me one of them. I don't like them.
So, you know, you look at this, they look at that and they can understand fully the summary of the movie that director did by looking at a foot x-ray. That's how good they are. And they would be solving foot problems, but there's too many of them. There's too many podiatrists. They're running around so bored. So IMDb, because they're the best, figured out how to solve this problem. Okay. So I will say for this movie, you know, it's I think this was like a very simple interpretation. So it's plot light, you know, it just like gets to the point. It's not long, but there's a lot of flary adjectives in there. So I would encourage you to just throw in some flary adjectives while you're trying to capture everything. And you guys better not make me go to a tiebreaker, or I swear to God, I have the tiebreaker, and it's a golden ball tiebreaker. It's just whoever gets it, and I don't care how trivial it is. So one of you better get this right. I swear you better get it right. Okay, who goes first?
Great. I don't remember. Diggins probably gets to choose.
Well, I get to decide who goes first, and to be honest, I'm not sure what I'm going to say, so Nando gets to go first.
That's fair. Okay, here we go. Master Thief, Lupin III, Arsène Lupin III. Is his name Arsène? Probably, right? No? Johnny Lupin. Patty Lupin III. Okay. Master Thief Lupin III has to, and his guy. Yeah. And his guy have to go to the famous, oh no, you said you want fluffy adjectives. Okay. Debonair Master Thief Lupin III and his, they're not fiendish crew, are they? And his scoundrelly crew of robbers visit the majestic Castle Cagliostro to do a daring heist for the riches inside, but are surprised by a beautiful princess who unravels a big mystery. Giant mystery. Enormous mystery. It's an enormous mystery.
All right. Diggins.
Very good.
Okay. Following a daring heist that turns out to be a bust, legendary thief Lupin III and his motley crew of fellow thieves set their sights on the I don't want to just repeat adjectives, so I'm trying to think of synonyms. Set their sights on the elusive treasure of the Castle of Cagliostro. Said it was plot light, so I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah. I'm like 55-45 on one of you. And I said I was going to do a golden ball home run, but I want to
tiebreaker material, I feel like, but
yeah.
Unless I'm the 55, then it's not.
Right, exactly. All right. I'm going to read and get your Discords ready, because you guys are going to Discord me these things.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to tell you to get them ready ahead of time. And okay. So I'm going to read the summary, but I'm going to leave out some words. Okay. A blank thief, his gang of blank, and a blank cop struggle to free a princess from a blank count and learn the secret of a treasure that she holds part of the key to. So I want 4 words. I want so blank thief, gang of blank, blank cop, and blank count.
Okay.
So one of those is a noun, right?
That is correct. The second one, gang of blank.
Okay, so blank thief. Okay.
Gang of blank.
Blank.
Blank cop. And blank count. I thought Nando just sent a message. My last Discord message from Nando is remember the
never
Epstein
forget
files.
never forget.
Always staring me in the face about the Epstein files. I'm like, he sent it again.
Oh man, what are they?
And
it was Blank Thief, right?
Blank Thief, Gang of Blank, Blank Cop, and Blank Count.
Oh my god, there's a word for one of these that's like on the tip of my tongue, but I cannot think of it.
If I spelled this wrong, just
if I could gather the intent, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
All right. I have Nando's, and I see the dots from Diggins. We'll go a couple rounds of this.
So I must have nailed it.
Is this fun? You guys are in the you had the same one for one of them, which is fun. So I'll go with actually, why don't you both each read yours, and then we'll go from there.
Like one by one, or we each say all four?
No, just read all four.
Okay,
so
I'll go first.
Yeah.
So I have Charming Thief, Gang of Ne'er-do-wells, Bumbling Cop, and Dastardly Count.
I have a Master Thief, a Gang of Ne'er-do-wells, an Indomitable Cop, and a Sinister Count.
All right. Unfortunately, none of these are correct.
Even Ne'er-do-wells?
Not even Ne'er-do-wells?
If both of us said it, they have to change
it.
Like, we're correct.
Did you put the apostrophe instead of the V?
Nope.
Oh, I did.
I just wrote Ne'er-do-wells. So
NER space DO space ELLES. But I knew what he meant.
So what, do we have to do it again?
Yeah, let's try maybe like one or two more rounds of this. While you guys are thinking, I like where your head's at.
Which one are we closest on? How about that?
Ooh, which one are you closest on?
Is it Ne'er-do-wells?
I would say no. That's actually the one you both are furthest from. One of you is really close on Thief, actually, I would say.
Okay.
And also one of you is pretty close on Count. I would say getting the intent of, you both are in the ballpark.
We were both pretty similar.
Our words are different, but it's quite similar for Count.
You're both in the ballpark of Count. One of you is quite close to Thief. Really at the intent of what they want you to think Lupin III is.
Okay.
And then, what are other kinds of gangs? Sure, ne'er-do-wells, but others. There are all kinds of thieves out there. And Cop, you guys went opposite directions on Cop because one said bumbling and one said indomitable. So, one of you is closer, but Did you think he did a good job or bad job? And for the listeners, if you're like, again with this, I think you just have to skip ahead 15 minutes at this point and then see if we're in the middle of talking about Joey or not.
What are you talking about? We only talk about Joey when he comes up organically.
Yeah.
You're right. What?
Oh, is that the name? Is it Joey Lupin? Is that his name? I couldn't remember.
I think that might be it.
A Joey thief.
Joey Thief, yeah.
A Joey Thief, a gang of Joeys, a Joey investigator, and a Joey Count.
A gang of Joeys is called a sandwich, first of all. That's the name of it. I really am having trouble with Cop.
I know, it's tough.
Let's say...
I really don't want to give too many hints because I'm like,
no, it's okay.
Away,
yeah, you got it. And then a...
it's like these adjectives. How do you even know? All right. I will say, one of you used the word I don't know.
I
Nando
bet
went
it's
first
me.
this time. Diggins,
It ain't me.
Diggins, why don't you have you go first this time?
All right. I said a legendary thief, a gang of friends, which I imagine is the word DJ doesn't know. An indefatigable inspector, and a monstrous count.
All right,
Okay.
Nando.
I have a handsome thief, a gang of rogues, a heroic cop, and a scheming count.
Okay.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, again, none of these are correct. One of you,
Even Diggins is one that was made up.
Indefatigable is a real word. Look it up.
I believe.
that they put in the IMDb summaries. One of you is so close on thief, it is killing me. You are right around the bullseye.
Fuckable thief.
A smoke show thief.
I might switch to Diggins' one and try to do that one then, because
Maybe I should switch to yours then and see if one of us can nail the others.
yeah.
And you know, I like the gangs, I really do, but we're not quite there.
Who's closer on the gang?
Yeah, how are we doing on gangs?
Nando is closer.
Okay.
Yeah, Nando is certainly closer.
Well, you said ne'er-do-wells was so wrong. I thought maybe it's like pals.
Well, I see. Well, it's a different kind of thing.
And the cop is still a disaster. We're not even close on cop.
You both. Well, I don't know what indefatigable means, but I assume if it's similar to the other ones, it's like cop good.
Okay.
And count bets. All right. Well, last round. This was clear. I mean, unless one of you goes, full awesome, but it's gonna be first one to get something apparently. But I wish you all luck, and I have the backup golden ball, which we will do. So, best of luck. Sometimes you just try and I will say this movie light on trivia. We could have done an anime thing, but that didn't seem fair. So, I like playing around with the IMDb summary as much as possible.
What was your first one for thief, Nando? Charming?
Yeah, charming, that's right.
So Nando had charming and handsome for thief, ne'er-do-wells and rogues, bumbling and heroic for the cop, and dastardly and scheming for the count. And Diggins had master and legendary for the thief, ne'er-do-wells and friends for the gang, indomitable and indefatigable for the cop, and sinister and monstrous for the count.
Okay, I feel pretty good about this.
Right.
I'm just what's the word?
And if all else fails, just
all right, try that.
Think real hard. All right. And Diggins waiting for yours. All right. Guys.
Yeah.
Guys.
I'm so happy.
Fucked it up again.
No, we have a winner.
Oh my god, incredible.
Someone got one.
Hell yeah.
Gonna major suspense here. So, how about you guys read yours, and then I will read the summary, and we will all learn together who won. So, Nando, why don't you go first?
Sure. A world-class thief, a gang of miscreants, an honorable cop, and a malevolent count.
I have a charismatic thief, a gang of crooks, a steadfast cop, and an evil count.
All right. And now to me to read the summary.
Okay.
This really feels like Mad Libs. A dashing thief. His gang of desperados.
What? Get fucked, computer. What was this? Foot machine or whatever? Desperados.
That feels like specifically cultural in a way that doesn't fit with any of the cultures in this movie.
No.
And an intrepid cop.
Intrepid.
Struggle to free a princess from an evil count.
Wow.
Hell yeah. Keep it simple, stupid.
I mean, listen, what was the first one again for the thief?
Dashing! Nando,
Dashing.
you were so close.
Yeah.
You were just like right there.
My thing with Dashing was like, when I switched over to Diggins, mine was like, he's kind of dashing in mine, but like maybe that's just because they picked an actor who's better at that. And like maybe in other versions of it, he's got like a nerdy voice that everyone hates him, you know? Let's go save the princess. And, you know, everybody's like, Jesus.
Maybe he gets that Pinocchio voice from that Russian Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna save the princess.
Oh, you remember that? That was so funny. What were the things he said? Tybalt, no. You know, that was funny.
Yeah. But father.
Yeah.
I used to have it, but I've since lost it because I haven't heard it recently enough. But oh yeah, oof. Tybalt.
Tybalt, no. Yeah.
Well, congratulations to Diggins. Thank you for rescuing me. You getting one of the 4 correct proves this was a good game that was developed by a very smart person. Wouldn't you agree, Diggins?
I would agree fully that any game that I win was a well-designed game.
Whatever you say. It's, you know, it is what it is. So.
Nando's mad. He has
to. You know, we'll do our best.
Now, I do. Oh, sorry, you go.
I was going to say, we had not yet said the thing that we did with this summer movie review that is special. Mm-hmm. I wonder if we should say it now before each of us gives our reviews.
So that's what I was going to say.
Okay.
So as the winner, of course, I get to say what I thought of this movie first. But before that, we should put a little caveat here that Nick also requested that besides just watching this movie, that each of us watch a different version of the movie. So I watched it subtitled in the original Japanese. DJ watched, I think, like the original dub.
No, I think whatever you would grab off of, like, you know, YouTube Prime Video, right? Like just the standard one that you like rent off of. Pick your stream, you know,
and
video rental
so
platform.
Nando watched an alternate dub that was made before, like earlier or later. I don't know which one is which for you guys.
It has to be early.
Yeah, it's screwy, but I know my dub was called the manga dub. That's what's colloquially
I think yours is actually
in the community.
Than Nando.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that actually makes more sense.
Well, it's like, I feel like it's so complicated. And I can look this up. But anyway, yeah, I'll figure it out.
Okay.
But Diggins, as the winner, what did you think of this movie?
Well, you know, this movie is a classic. This is like one of the great like adventure anime movies of all time. Its impact on like the anime scene has been likened to like Raiders of the Lost Ark. So, like, you know, I liked it. It's a good movie. I'm not really familiar with Lupin III, which is like a huge franchise. They've made tons of shows and manga and movies and like just lots of stuff about it. It's a very, very popular series. They still make stuff with it to this day. And I don't know nearly anything about it. I do know from looking stuff up about this movie that this movie is not considered a very good representation of the series. It's a little lighter, less like wacky, and less adult, shall we say? So it's kind of considered sort of an outlier, but. That being said, it's just like a pretty well constructed sort of like, you know, adventure movie. You set up what's going on. They have a fun like heist setup where, you know, the classic heist stuff. You have a plan, but you don't say what it is, so reversals happen, and you're like surprised by them, etc. The animation is like, obviously it's a Miyazaki movie, so like the animation is great. There are some parts because they were a little like crunched and under budget, so like there's some parts where they like recycled animations, but the like big set pieces, like the car chase at the start, and like the flight through the castle, and the clock tower sequence at the end, like things like that, just impeccable. Just like beautifully animated, very well choreographed, just like super fun to watch. So yeah, I had a really good time with it. I mean, for me, being in Japanese, I didn't understand what anyone was saying. I just read the subtitles. So performance wise, there's not a lot for me to grab onto. So maybe you guys will have more to say about that. But I had a nice time, and I'm glad I watched this movie. What about you, Nando? What did you think?
Interesting you said that. So I looked it up, by the way. So DJs came out first, and it was well, 81. I was reading 90s was when it.
Yeah, this didn't really come to America until the 90s.
Yeah, there was apparently a version of it that was available in a video game or something.
Oh, 91. My bad. 91.
But yeah, 91. And it was the one where they had to get around, like they didn't have the rights to the guy, so they had to fuck around a little bit. And then in 2000, they did another one that's closer to the original version, and in tone, I guess, and also they named everybody the right thing. So that's like the difference, and it has like an actor who people might recognize. There's a couple actors people might recognize, but So I'd never seen any of these before, although I've heard of Lupin because like he's a guy, it's like one of those characters. And I'll say I think crime's wrong. So I was watching this movie just shaking my head. Don't do that, guys. That's wrong. And even if you steal from casinos, the real criminals. Also smoking is wrong. That's also a crime in my book. So that's bad that they do that. Mm-hmm. I liked it. I think it was fun. It's not my favorite Miyazaki movie, probably. Well, I don't know about that. Here's the thing. I'm not the biggest Miyazaki fan, not because I don't like him, but just because, I don't know, it's fine. It's just not they're not my favorite movies. But I do like some of them. But I think this is cool. I didn't know who any of these guys were. So like when guys showed up and they were like, I'm your friend this, I was like, who the fuck is that? But that was fun for me. Everybody made sense except for one guy who I'm sure we'll get to. But and like the other parts of it, because it is kind of it's like an older story, and it's pretty simple in ways that like make it pretty accessible if you know the twists and turns of a story like this. But yeah, it was cool. What are some things? My voice actors were good. They said bad language words. That was cool. The whole thing was cool. I don't know. What do I think about it? I mostly enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. We'll get to it. We'll get to specific parts I liked more than other parts, and characters I was kind of more into. I'll say this. I enjoyed the bad guy, but he's cool. I like his little face, and his little mustache and stuff.
The evil count?
Some would say. But yeah, the evil count I thought was interesting. And I like the Lupin character because he's dashing, right? That's what he said.
A dashing thief, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's some weird stuff in here that I feel like probably makes more sense culturally if you're not American. Specifically, just some outfits that people wear that I'm like, the fuck is this? But yeah, it's cool. DJ, what did you think of? And you know what? I'll say this probably is one of my favorite Miyazaki films, honestly, because I like that it's simple, that it's just like a thing, It's not like a big allegory for something else, or like It's not, meant to be interpreted. It's just like this guy does a little crime. So you know what? I actually think it was pretty cool. I changed my whole opinion. Because it was pretty, and it had some funny parts. It was humorous. Mm-hmm. DJ, what did you think of this movie?
So I think in terms of like the plot of the movie, and I'm curious where this comes up, because apparently my from what I've read on the internet briefly, that like my dub changed some things somehow or something.
Ooh, that'll be fun to find out.
Well, like apparently, like not big plot points, but apparently the dub is so hated that apparently they're redubbing this movie with like a different cast. Like this is as of like 6 months ago. And I'm like, we're revisiting a movie from like 50 years ago to like go redub. Like that's crazy. But sure, whatever. Yeah, like it's a fine movie, right? I think it's funny when this crowd being the three of us, reviews anime, because I think that we're various levels of anime watchers. And it's fun when we're reviewing a thing that I would say we're not super steeped in. Like probably like some of our listeners are probably way more steeped in it. There was
like
a conversation.
Nick, I imagine.
Like Nick, I imagine. There was a conversation on the Discord about how we were talking about dubbed and subbed stuff, and I'm like, someone was like, DJ's a sicko. There's no way he watches dubs, and I'm like, guys, I gotta be honest with you. I sometimes do dabble in the dub, just because I don't like feel like reading, and Michelle and I was like, we just want to do a dub. Now, let me say,
DJ comes out against reading.
Every time. Having watched this movie, I totally get it. Like, I totally get it. Like, I had never considered this, because even growing up watching like Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Naruto, all on like, Cartoon Network, it's like the dub, but it's the only thing you have. So you're like, is this bad? I don't know. It seems fine, right? But then you watch in Japanese, you're like, oh, fuck, it's better. This, I imagine, the guy who does Lupin is fine. He's like a voice actor who's done both like anime stuff, but also Western stuff, right? He was like the voice of like Porky Pig and Tweety for Looney Tunes. And
it's like, really? Like, which one did he do in this? Was it more Porky Pig or more Tweety? Because that'd be fun.
Probably more Tweety, I would say. This, for Lupin. But like the princess is so bad. Is so bad. Like, it's just like,
interesting.
I'm so upset because the Count, he's so mean to me. And also, like, I think some of the, I'm gonna put in quotes, writing is bad, because I think probably some of the translations they took was like not the best way that could have flowed. So you're being betrayed on two fronts, where it sounds like bad dialogue and the dialogue is being performed poorly. So that's like another problem. Even like the guy, his little guy with the hat and who smokes, like the voice acting's fine, but some of the dialogue is like, why are you saying this right now?
I would love a crack at his name from both of you.
I can't even remember it, so good luck.
My guess is Kieran.
Lupin. Oh.
Okay. But like, to Nando's point about, this movie has so many guys, like, I think this will be fun. I think it's fun when we do anime. I would love, I'm not saying we do this, but I would love to do the Demon Slayer movie that comes out in a couple weeks. Only because it is a movie. It's not like the rest of these where it's like 2 episodes like smashed together. Like, it is a movie. But Nando, you would watch this movie and you'd be like, there's too many fucking guys. Who are all these fucking guys? Like, the movie, or like Demon Slayer is just fucking guys. And we're at a point in the story where it's fucking guys everywhere. And you would be so confused. But that might be,
and they're putting that in theaters?
I know. That's
like,
the thing.
Is
with
it like
sickos.
X-rated?
Yeah.
You're like, why is one lightning? Why is one water? What are they, Pokemon? They're all elements. I don't understand.
I mean, I feel like you're describing our experience of that My Hero Academia movie, where we were all like, there's a lot of guys that I don't know who they are.
And I almost wish that I had, because now I am watching My Hero dubbed. Sorry, that's one where it's like, it's passable. Like, it's fine. Like, I mean, again, I'm sure it's better in Japanese, but like,
I feel like the subs versus dubs debate took place in an era where dubs were a lot more like what you're describing this one as, and nowadays they're basically fine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But that's another one where it's just fucking guys. It's like, who's Great Boy? Tell me more about Great Boy.
Don't tell me more about Great Boy. Fuck him.
and that would be the Demon Slayer experience. So I'm not saying we do it. Although, Discord, if you want to back this horse, I'm right there with you. We can do the same thing. One of you can go watch Japanese, the other one English. I'll watch both.
Which one's like in movie theaters? Like, do they do both?
They do both,
if I'm like in America,
usually do some screenings are subbed, some screenings are dubbed.
So they list it like it's under that, like if you go to AMC and it's like IMAX English, or Laser D
Japanese. Yeah, IMAX HD Dolby 4K. What's a new one they invented that's also even more bullshit
Laser?
than the others?
I think Laser's the new one they invented, right? Laser at AMC.
They made a new fake IMAX.
Really?
Or whatever.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's called like Dolby, Gigadolby or something.
Oh, that's been around for a while.
It's new though.
You know what movie I saw
Gigadolby?
in like the Dolby whatever Max thing?
Yeah.
Glass.
Oh. Okay. Cool. Anyway, this is rambling, but I overall like this movie, even though I had to suffer through the scenes where it's just Lupin and the princess, and it's mostly the exposition, is almost unwatchable. It's so bad. Like, they were definitely not in the same room. They were just reading their lines, and then the lines got smashed together, and it sucks.
Well, I mean, usually, most voice acting is not in the same room.
You know what was in the same room, Diggins? K-pop Demon Hunters. That's why it's so good. Not all of them, but the three girls, they were all in the same room, playing off each other's energy, and it comes through in the movie. Fucking watch it. Okay.
Wow.
Never.
Anyway, that's my review.
Also, I think I know what it is that I was thinking about. It's XL AMC. That's the one that they like. Some new bullshit that's supposed to kind of compete, I think, with IMAX, because IMAX won't just let you call anything IMAX, but like they're like, it's XL. Right. Yeah.
It's Pepsi. Come on.
Pretty cool.
Okay. So Nando.
Okay. Yeah.
You have a pretty tough job, I would say.
I have a job that some people would say is tough, but others would say is, easy as pie. Yeah. And I can't wait to bite into a big piece of, not a lot of food in this one. Yeah, there's some food, I guess.
A little bit with him trying to get better after.
Yeah, pretty much just at that end bit.
Yeah, but that's something these are kind of known for, right?
Well, it's like something that Miyazaki Ghibli movies are known for. This is not a Ghibli movie.
That's true, and I forget that that's a thing. But yeah, so like that's not good. But if you did enjoy a piece of pie, it'd probably look at least okay. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about it. I can't wait. All right, so here we go. All right, so the movie starts with Lupin and then his like buddy. What'd you say his name was, Diggins? Jigen. And they robbed a casino, and they got all the cash, and they're running away, and they fucking did it, and they cut everybody's cars in half somehow with I'm guessing, I don't know, lasers or whatever. Goes some pretty precise cuts, and they're running away, and they're like, we got all the money, woohoo! You know what? That reminds me of this episode of Joey I watched recently.
Oh,
you guys watched the show Joey?
Interesting.
Yeah, Friends. It was like a spin-off of Friends. Yeah. They there was an episode I watched in the other day, season 2, episode 5. It was called Joey in the House.
Okay.
Have you guys seen that one? It's a good one. Well, I don't know if it's a good one, but it's one of the classics.
Yeah, I saw it.
So like in that episode, Joey is also trying to spend money, kind of, or like we learned that, not learn because we've kind of known this, that Joey's not good with money. We learned this because he's playing Segway basketball. Remember Segways, you guys?
Very 2006 of this show.
So 2000. Did you ever ride one?
Yes.
No. How'd you like it, DJ?
That was fine.
You a fan?
Yeah,
you brought it home? No.
I barely remember. I was like 14.
Right, me too.
Hard to remember.
I wonder how much they cost now. You probably still buy them, right?
Right. Yeah, probably. Why not?
Do you think? How big a role do you think Arrested Development played in the death of the Segway?
Nowhere near as big of a role as Paul Blart Mall Cop. I think that. Besides, didn't the Segway also kill the owner of the Segway? That probably also didn't help. There's a lot going on with Segways. I remember the TV show. There was like an episode of not episode, but like a Good Morning America or something. Because I was like, whatever age this was when this happened, and they were like, we got the hot new thing. Like that's how they advertised the episode of Good Morning America. And we're going to show you, it's a game changer. It's going to be like the fucking Fire, the caveman that showed his first caveman friend Fire. So get ready. And they brought it out. And then it was like the end of the whole thing. They had it under little, tarps and like, ta-da. And it was the Segway. And everybody was like, oh, okay.
Really?
And it turns out it was more like the caveman, like that Geico show that they made.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Didn't last very long.
Got a full season. Maybe that'll be next. If we can find it. It's kind of hard to find. But it's this again. This is how it works. You know, they're just shows used to get full season orders, even though they were bad. They'd make the whole thing and then go, "Whoops, we still have it." Not that this is bad, because this is great. And this episode, and like I said in this episode, because Joey's got all this money, he's kind of like, "Oh, I should buy a house." That's like what people actually do with money instead of 2 Segways. So he's like trying to find a house, but so there's 2 problems with this. One, his what's her name? Not Angela. What's her name?
Alex.
Alex.
Oh yeah.
No, Alex. Yeah, Alex has some issues with this because she's in love with Joey and she can't, let go. And she's also his landlord, and so, but she's like, oh, I mean, I imagine if Joey moved away, I guess Michael would go with him, but yeah, this has been there's been some exciting happenings at this, what would you call this, like development or like area recently. You had this guy, Joey's maybe moving, Joey's girlfriend from earlier moved, Matt Lecter was in an apartment and he moved. Like the turnover rate is big. And I imagine in Hollywood that's true of a lot of these places with like pilot season and stuff like that. But either way, so that's a problem. But then the other problem that's a bigger problem is Gina doesn't want Joey to spend money because she is like smarter than Joey. Kind of.
She understands how money works, you might say.
It depends on the
scene.
Well,
and like exactly. I feel like sometimes she's smarter than him in that doing Segway basketball is a bad idea. But like this, not the worst idea for what he could do with his money. But he still feels like he needs to hide it from her. So that's like the beginning bit. Now this episode is going to be mostly house stuff. There's this other thread of like Alex and Bobby doing like, because Alex is like, I love Joey to Bobby, and that part's I didn't really care for that.
She helps her get into anger management for an assault charge, and so it sort of comes out in that.
That's right. Silly.
Yeah,
it's very silly.
I think by this point, I've kind of gotten tired of the Alex and Joey thing at this level that it's. Yeah, I think I could find a romance between them interesting, or I could find like something else interesting, but just this every episode is just going to be Alex freaking out about Joey stuff and then maybe telling one other character. I'm like, are we ever going to... I don't think this is how these usually work in shows. Will They Won't They is usually more simmering.
Yeah,
with this, fair. It's like, it feels very desperate because that's how they're playing it. But they were having sex in real life, so pretty cool. Yeah. But then we get the bigger plot line is Joey goes to a house. It's a mansion. And Joey, I think Joey's seen a couple of houses by now, but like, and I guess maybe not mansion, but like a big house, big fancy house. It's the stairs and everything. And this almost harkens back to our original time when we decided to do a movie where we decided to do Swordfish starring Dre DiMatteo. But the joke of this episode that I don't hate is that the house was used in some porn that everybody has watched, which means almost everybody, but which means like characters walk into the house and have that like, oh yeah, I know this house. Where do I know this house from? And they all recognize things like, and like, oh yeah, this is cool. And like, oh, the bathroom's right down the hall. That's a bit. It's funny. Yeah. I think it's funny. And I love that Joey likes it for this reason. Yeah, I think this is cool. And yeah. So, and that's Alex. Michael's here for this episode. I wouldn't say he plays an enormous role. Maybe another reason I like this one more than other episodes. Then we do more of the Alex and Bobby plot with more of the anger management. What's this actor's name? I see him everywhere. Who is her guy from the, you know what I'm talking about? That guy. Was this Joey in the House?
I don't know his name.
I don't know his name either.
You've definitely seen him. I'm gonna name some things he's been in. Okay, so it's Tim Bagley is his name. You would recognize him from, and just like that, probably not that. A couple episodes of Last Week Tonight, some Grace and Frankie, but like, what have I seen him in? IMDb should know this is what I want. He's in. I feel like it's gonna be like 30 Rock and stuff like that. He's in that Roseanne reboot before they changed it. An episode of New Girl. That's not helping. I promise this guy's been in stuff people. I mean, like I've seen him in stuff. He's in an episode of The Comeback, so there's that. We all have The Comeback on this show. We're making a new season of The Comeback. Can't wait. He was in an episode of True Broke Girls. Man, I kind of expected better from this like searching. An episode of Shameless. An episode of Southland. I'm gonna do everything he's ever done. He's in an episode of Pushing Daisies. That's a good show. An episode of Desperate Housewives. Oh, he's in an episode. Well, he's in Dewey Cox at some point. I love that movie. Walk Hard. So that's pretty cool. He's in some episodes of King of Queens. He's in Knocked Up a little bit.
Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, he's the vice principal in Accepted. Ooh, he's in an episode of Joey. That's pretty good.
Ooh,
he's in
who do you play
2 episodes of Seventh Heaven. Character named Leonard. Ooh, that's fun. Okay. And he was in that movie The Day After Tomorrow.
Leonard from Big Bang Theory?
Perhaps. Or maybe that's where they got the name. Maybe they were like, we should have a guy named Leonard. Oh, he's in one Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's great. Shoe Salesman. Oh, and he's Mr. Cornwallis in one episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Boy, I love that show as a kid. It had a cat in it. That was pretty fun. I mean, there were other reasons I loved it. You guys watch that show?
Oh, yeah. Loved
Sabrina?
Yeah,
like the old
course.
Sabrina? Yeah. That was a shit.
Course.
Oh! I do think this is what I know him from. He is the manager of the store in the episode of Seinfeld. Or is it the store? No, he's the manager. He's a character named The Manager in an episode of Seinfeld called The Maestro, which is a very one of the classic Seinfelds. I'm trying to remember what he's a manager of. He's either he manages
the Maestro.
Now the Maestro's his own guy, but maybe. But
the Maestro's his own guy, and then this guy's his manager.
That's right. I mean, your Maestros need managers. I want to say he manages the store that George tries to get a guy a chair at. Yeah, that's the bit. It's like, George, you ever seen this one? George is like, the security guy, he should have a chair. He should be able to sit down in a chair. And I imagine this character was the one that's like, don't let him have a chair. And then he does. And then he falls asleep and then they get robbed. Anyway, that guy. We all love him. Anyway, he's there. Whatever. He's got some bits about anger management and stuff. I don't know. But Joey doesn't know if he can get the apartment. He's got all kinds of problems with it. And Gina kind of figures it out. So that's a problem as well. But then we get the real meat of the episode. And that's the part that is very important because Gina kind of fucks this up for Joey, I think. I can't remember exactly why. So she feels indebted to Joey and she like gets, works some of her magic. But the person who owns the house needs to like okay them now because she's like, oh, you gotta. So she goes with Joey to see that. Well, and their friend, what's his name? Joanna Man, who is also here. Zach. Yeah, haven't had too much of Zach in this episode, but don't worry, it's about to get real Zach heavy. And then so Joey, Gina, and Zach go to this to visit this house, but when they get there, the plan, and this is part of like something that she had set up over the phone because of what the house owner, played by Betty White in this episode, which great fit, love her in this. She found out, or she had to pretend that they were married because that was like family was very important to this homeowner.
Sure
We're back, baby. We're fucking back.
It's
classic Joey. It says plot.
Our pal Joey getting into incest hijinks.
So much of it too, and we'll get to it. But yeah, so she has to pretend to be his wife because the person knows who she is. Like Betty White knows who she is, and then Joey's going to be the one who buys the house. And they have a kid in this fiction. So Joanna Man is now his job is robot baby operator. Because they have a robo baby.
Kidnap his girlfriend's baby.
That's true. He tries to steal a kid, which is great. Yeah, love that. So he does this with like a baby doll that he has like a little drone for, or like a little robot or remote outside, like you would use to drive an RC car. and just pilots the baby remotely. And then from this point on, it's a little kind of goofball comedy of errors thing where
classic
the baby,
sitcom, I would say. We're in like classic sitcom mode now.
either the baby is malfunctioning and then acting weird and they have to play that off, or the baby is getting damaged as part of the just looking at the house, and then they have to pretend that everything's fine. And like that would be terrible for a regular baby, but for a robo baby, it's a-okay. And yeah, they end up setting the baby on fire a little bit. Its head gets chopped off. The dog takes it. So
yes, baby
throw it in an oven. It's just
great. They stomp on it. Yeah, but the Joey writers, they couldn't help themselves.
Oh, they knew what the real people
test wanted. The real test is not baby; it's family in the other direction. So Betty White's character is like, "You guys are husband and wife, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's what we said to you."
Yeah.
She's like, "Well, then I gotta see a kiss. You gotta show me a kiss so I can believe that you guys are husband and wife."
Well, no, it's actually crazier. She fully she does not suspect a thing, and she tells them they can have the house, and then she's just like, "Well, aren't you gonna kiss your wife over the good news?"
That's right.
Just like forces them to kiss each other just because she wants to.
That's what she likes to watch, baby. She's all in.
Betty White's, right between them at this point, and these characters, they're brother and sister who have, to be fair, made out way more on this show than in this instance. That one time where she like fully kissed him was like more than this, but still slowly, they're inching together, and you're like, something's gonna give. He's gonna give up, or she's gonna give up, and then they're gonna lose the house. But Betty White's gonna die or something, and they're gonna get it. Like that's gonna be the bit. But then they just don't. These two characters kiss each other. And it's weird.
You have to understand, Nando, they're not doing it so slowly and reluctantly because they don't want to. They're fighting their raging passions.
That's right.
They're afraid they'll be overwhelmed.
And I do think that the lackluster kiss does end with Betty White giving a little like, all right, I guess. Look,
wasn't
bad. It is a
right,
weird kiss to see. But what were you saying? You gonna say, DJ?
I was going to say another interesting, I don't know, consequence is the word, but just like, if you're steeped in the Joey lore as we are, we know that, this isn't the first time they've shared a kiss, but they're acting like it is in this episode. It's a little funny.
I mean, it's such a big part of their dynamic by now that I feel like if anything, they'd be like, oh, cool, this thing we're great at. We got this house thing in the bag. But instead they try to play it cool. Now, there's one more bit, and I forgot about this, but I think Bobby convinced Alex to become an alcoholic for a little bit or something.
Your best friend Jack. Jack will never disappoint you.
So Alex comes back to the house, to Joey's house, his apartment, all hammered with like a falafel or something, and then confesses her love to Joey while hammered, but doesn't do it convincingly enough, and Joey's kind of dumb. So then that doesn't really move forward in any interesting way.
Well, she says, I love you. And then she immediately after goes like, and I love this falafel. So Joey's like, oh, she's
exactly. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
But then at the very end, they might, again, the episode was good. We get one more joke. Everybody's sitting in the apartment, or everybody's sitting in the new house. And by everybody, Joey, Gina, Alex, Michael, Bobby, and Joanna Man are also there, as if they're like regular members of like the tight crew. And they all have a glass of champagne because they're all toasted into this great new house that they got. And Joanna Man asks where the bathroom is, and Joey and Michael and now Bobby are like, it's down the hall. So Bobby also watched all the porn in the apartment. Pretty funny, or in the house. The question I'm asking now is, are we going to be in this house forever? Like, is this a new set? Because it's a full set, right? Like, and that's interesting. You don't see that a lot in shows like this.
Yeah. And what about Alex? Like,
I mean,
how is that
Friends changed apartments over the years.
Did they really?
I mean, the two main ones always stayed, but like Phoebe and Ross were always in different ones, and those changed over the years.
Yeah.
That's true. I forgot about that. I guess you'd very rarely see a sitcom centered around one location usually, where they just up and move. So like, but I so that's interesting to me. Besides that, I think this episode was pretty funny. Betty White's good in it, and the Alex plotline I think was a little who cares, but it had that great guy from that Seinfeld episode, so we love that. And overall, I think this season might be kind of good for me. Like, I think I've had more hits than losses in this season.
Well, we're still early days, Nando.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But I'm pretty impressed with where we've been so far. And I hope that they don't fuck this up. I think the focus on Joey's job in certain episodes has been good. And I think when not doing that, the focus on the goofy comedy bits has also been good. So, and solid guest stars. What was that guy's name? GJ's favorite, John Larroquette. You had him in a couple of these. You have Betty White now. I don't think she's coming back, but still great. So, it's pretty fun. Pretty good. So that's Joey. Pretty fun.
Wow.
Anyway, though, so that's Joey. But then Lupin III. So he robs these guys, him and his guy. Then they're like, fuck yeah, we robbed them all. We got all their money. Ha 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 ha. But
Car's
they're
little
money. Yeah, they got a little Fiat they drive. Now, I don't know if this is like his classic car. Like every movie like this or story about Lupin, he's got a teeny tiny little car.
I really hate to interrupt, but
I was waiting.
I do have to ask
interrupt.
if I have to interrupt.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yes, I did. I forgot as well. But go on, interrupt because I deserve it.
Well, but I'm asking if I have to interrupt you. I have no mechanism by which I can do that right now.
That's right. And that is very important. So for what you would do, what I need you guys to do whenever you guys want to interrupt me is you're going to turn on the manga cut because obviously the wheel is gone. The wheel is in, like we said, on the run. Maybe it's doing stealing crimes. Maybe it's doing forgery crimes. Maybe it's doing other crimes. Like we said, we've alluded to a certain list. Maybe the wheel's involved. And that's not looking good recently. But, maybe people forgot about it and the wheel's going to come back and be like, hey, it's me, the wheel. Nobody cares, right? But we'll see. We'll see. They got the press conference tomorrow. Who knows?
Like certain princes.
Exactly. Like certain, yeah. But we have this week... this is the expletive. I'm very excited about this one. So what you're all going to do, and this is something that is well known about the manga cut, is it involves a bunch of swearing. So you're going to turn on Lupin III manga cut and then find a part where one of the characters goes, oh shit. And then that's going to be one of the, so you just press that play button and then it's going to say that. And then that's how we'll go forward. And this, I believe, is one of the scenes where, no, actually it's the other car chase. But so DJ, you didn't have that, right? Like yours was clean.
No cursing. It was very clean.
Diggins, did you have anything kind of like that?
There were times when the subtitles had oh shit, but I wouldn't say like an excessive amount.
Well, mine didn't either. I will say the first oh shit comes pretty early. We also get a bitch at some point, and that was kind of surprising to me. I can't remember where that is, but it's somewhere in the middle.
I don't think I had a bitch.
There was probably more that I kind of forgot about because I was kind of looking for it in the beginning of that thing. And then, but that's one thing that is interesting about this cut. I liked it. I like it when characters are like, because like what's going on in the scenes. Yeah, when they react like human beings, when, your car explodes and drives off a cliff or whatever. Forget about the swearing and the smoking and stuff. For like a little magical thing, these characters also just pull out a revolver and see if they can kill everybody. So like these guys are like real hardened criminals. But anyway, so they got their little Fiat. It's packed with money, with dollar bills, y'all. But I don't remember how they figured this out or like what I think Lupin just looks at them. It's fake, and then they go like, oh shit. So then they go like, that's probably what happened. It's a forgery, but it's a good forgery. So we should probably investigate this. And because I think he knows this from legend, right, or something.
Yeah,
it's like a
legendary forgers, the Gothic forgers.
Yeah, so they're like, we should check that out. And like, kind of get revenge on them. I can't remember if it's get revenge on them or just like do a crime.
It's just sort of like, well, we're here. We might as well do some crimes.
That's true. Yeah. So, and then they take all the cash and then just dump it into the air. I'm
using like a getaway mechanism. Very clever.
Well, but like, it's a getaway mechanism, but they're not being followed by anybody. Like, they're kind of on the highway. It seems like they're free and clear. But I
think they're kind of just having fun. They're like,
I do too.
This is worthless anyway. Might as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It fooled you guys for at least a little bit. Could probably get away with it. I don't know. I don't know a ton about forged bills, but like,
I have to imagine it fooled the casino they stole it from.
Exactly. Unless did the casino? This was my question about this. Did the casino plan to like buy the forged bills and then plan to distribute them as payment? So this was a scheme by the casino.
Dirty bastards.
Did someone from this group bring all this money to the casino and then fuck over the casino? Because I don't think the casino either or under the first circumstance, I don't think the casino would go through so much trouble to protect their forged bills. So they probably didn't know. But on the other hand, like, feels like that's the only way this could happen, where it's all forged,
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's fair.
Either way, so Lupin and his buddy, they go to this. So where are we in Monte Carlo, right? By the way, or something like that.
That's where it opens.
Right. Well, isn't that where the castle is too, or where's the castle?
The castle is
own country.
It's a fictional country by the name of Cagliostro.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So so they go to Cagliostro, and Lupin and what was the friend's name? Diggins?
Jiggly,
like from the Brad Pitt movie. Jigan. That's Well, it's kind of like he's kind of like Jiggly. I've never seen the movie Jiggly. You guys familiar with it?
I'm not.
No, that's the movie about how Ben Affleck, dick's so bomb he can make a lesbian straight, right?
Well, that, and also apparently it has a very rough portrayal of an autistic character or something like that in it. There's a lot of things about Jiggly that are interesting. It's also like, when I was growing up, at least, like the bad movie that everybody used to make fun of.
Of course.
It was the Waterworld of that generation, I guess, or the War of the Worlds 2025 of that generation. So,
except unlike Waterworld, people don't say that movie's good now.
Yeah, maybe they will. Maybe the time is, it all happens. Everything's on a cycle. So it's bound to come around eventually. Oh, also, let's talk about our Lupins for a second. So my Lupin, voiced by the only actor that I recognized from this. Although I do think you could show me, because all the rest of them are like famous guys. But this one is like the only one that someone like me, who's not super plugged into this stuff, would recognize by name. David Hayter, who people mostly know as Solid Snake.
Yeah,
that's right. And I bet that definitely sold me on him being cool and tough and stuff. Not that he does it like Solid Snake, but just he's got a little bit more coolness to him. And I think that's pretty cool. What did your Lupin sound like? Do they also sound cool?
Well, as I mentioned, my Lupin, I had him for a second. I'm trying to find Porky Pig and
oh right,
not Daffy Duck and Tweety Bird. He was fine. I'd say classic anime. Like, come on, we gotta save the girl. Chicken. Bob Bergen. Bob Bergen's his name.
Okay.
And like very just like positive, like let's go, right? And like again, fine. Like least offensive part of it. I would say for me.
Diggins, what was your Lupin like? How did he go?
Was Yasuo Yamada.
Hell yeah.
Most well known for voicing Lupin III in
many
TV shows and movies.
He's like the guy. You're like, oh shit, this is the Lupin guy.
Until he died in the mid-90s, he basically always voiced Lupin III. That's his thing.
Although he did not voice Lupin the Third. Well, no. Sorry, he did. DJ's guy did not voice Lupin the Third. Right? Your guy voiced who?
Oh, Wolf.
Yeah, you had Wolf.
A thing, by the way, as someone who never watched Lupin the Third, I'm like, oh, I guess you just call him Wolf.
Yeah, it's like a name you could give a thief.
It didn't throw me off. It's like, oh, he's the Wolf. I'm like, I guess that's just his name. So that's fine.
Well, I think
it's like Bleach. Calling him Bleach.
It's
not like Bleach.
No. Lupin, like Loup is like wolf in French.
Yeah.
So I imagine that's where they got it.
Yeah. Well, they got it to avoid copyright, but
Yeah, they didn't get the rights to a dry accident. So that's pretty funny.
Yeah, my guy was fine. I don't know. Like I said, I don't understand Japanese, so a lot of the nuances of the performance are lost on me. But seemed like he was doing a good job. I don't have any complaints.
Good. Do you guys know what David Hayter should be most known for?
I don't.
Besides this, obviously, and then Solid Snake.
His screenwriting career?
Yeah, isn't that so weird that he's written 9 movies. DJ, do you know any of these?
No, like 0. Actual 0.
You definitely do know them. You just don't know that he wrote them.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And he's got one in development, to be fair, called World War III, which we'll see. I think it's about like aliens or something. Or it's about robots, so that might be cool. He also wrote a movie or show called Wolves. I don't imagine it was about Arsène Lupin, but maybe it's cool. Maybe we should do it one of these days on the pod. But yeah, he's most known for writing the screenplays for the Watchmen movie, which is pretty interesting.
Okay.
The Warrior Nun show. I'm not sure if all of it. It looks like some of it. I don't know how many episodes of Warrior Nun there are. The Scorpion King movie, which I love, one of my great favorite movies, and then the first 2 X-Men movies. That never again, but those are good ones. So he should do more. I don't know who wrote that third one, but less good. Probably was that no, we do know who wrote the third one. It was the guy who ended up directing Dark Phoenix, right? That guy.
Really? They let him take another crack at it?
Yeah, at the Dark Phoenix story, and everybody was like, "This is probably not a good idea." But I think at that point, that movie was like, they knew the universe wasn't in the greatest place, so it was like, fuck it, if he wants to. What is his name? People know him. Anyway, but so Lupin goes this. Simon Kinberg that's the director's name. I mean, he does other stuff. People would probably mostly know him from that though. But yeah. Anyway, so Lupin, they go to this place, and it's like we're saying, it's kind of like Monte Carlo. It's in that area. It's very pretty, beautiful place. And they're driving their teeny little yellow car. And they're almost run off the road by a teeny little red car. Well, not teeny, but like a small little red convertible or something. Or not a convertible, actually, because I got it going now. She's driving like some sort of red car. Then the bad guys have another red car. But then it's like, who's this? This woman in a bride outfit. Incredible. And then 8 guys in like
when you think
trench
about
coats.
it later, yeah, actually, I guess I'll do
Yeah.
Oh shit. Hey, why is she in a wedding dress in this scene?
I don't know.
Thinking about what we know later.
Was she like trying it on or something?
Yeah,
she likes. Maybe that's how she got out. That he had her taken to a fitting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Pretty good.
You probably don't do. I mean, it seems like the kind of thing that they would do at the castle, though. Like for her, they would just bring a bunch in.
You would just have a dressmaker come visit
Yeah.
her in her tower and do it there.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's so that we know that she's that, because we're not that smart.
Well, yeah. No, I mean, I know why. Like,
I would
in
forget.
the movie why she's wearing the wedding dress. I'm saying in the universe, in the fiction of the world, why is she wearing a wedding dress?
I don't know. Maybe she feels great in it, you know? She's like, oh, I look great in the wedding dress. Or maybe if she's just walking around the complex regularly, people would go like, hey, you're not allowed to. But if she does it in the wedding dress, people are like, this must be part of something.
Yeah.
So they just let her go.
It's like doing a whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's, I'm not going to bother her. You know what it is? You'd see it and you go, I didn't know it was today. Oh my God. And then you'd run away to like because you're late.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh shit. That was the other day. But then she just hops in a little car. But yeah, so these guys, so then there's a bunch of guys in like, dark outfits and hats and glasses and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they're here to kill her or run her off the road or something. It's kind of unclear, again, because of kind of what we're going to know about what they want from her and stuff. They're like, I'm betting these guys aren't following the orders they were given to the letter.
You think?
I don't know. I mean, like, but maybe they were. Maybe this is like, get her and take the thing off her finger, and then we're good. We got it, baby. But so this is a fun car chase ensues, where, like I said, the little friend, Mr. Jiggly, takes out a gun and tries to pop the tires, but that doesn't work. But
why doesn't it work, Nando? Why doesn't it work?
They have reinforced tires. Is that what it is, or something?
Oh shit! Bulletproof tires. This isn't a large nitpick. It's a small one, but I just would like to know how that works. Someone could tell me that, it's an anime. But there's a point later where like someone literally runs through fire. Like you could nitpick that, but it's an anime. I will choose to point out the bulletproof tires because that's just magical bullshit. But now, it's fine.
I don't know if in either of your versions he says what gun this is.
No.
I forget, but
in mine he calls it a Magnum, which means it is very high caliber for a pistol.
Yeah,
fuck?
That's true. Yeah, that's true. You figure in a thing like this, he just wouldn't be able to hit the tires, and he'd be like, "Oh, it's hard to do," and I ran out of bullets.
We can't have Jigen not able to hit the tires because his whole thing is he's an incredible marksman.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so this is why we have Diggins here. This is why.
I mean, I have not watched any more of this series than you guys. I just did my research.
As you do. Diggins is all about doing his own research.
Part of why this has invincible tires is because this bit of the movie is Speed Racer for a little bit. And like Speed Racer, part of the Safety 7 on the Mach 5 is like tires that are bulletproof. I know this is Speed Racer because they drive up a cliff. They drive up a wall of a cliff in this, just like Speed Racer does to get in front of the car. So they can shoot out. But then they do shoot the tires. Wait a second. Is it just the back ones? Or
he gets a stronger gun.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. You're right. And yeah, he totally blows up the tires and like kills them. All those guys die. I mean, they don't, but like they probably do, right?
I think they're probably dead, right?
Yeah. Beyond just falling off of like, I don't know how clear we made this. Like this is on a really tight kind of cliff area where like if you go over the left, you're dead.
You ever drive on one of those?
Yeah, but not like these, but like in the west, and terrifying. Hate it.
I was gonna say, it seems horrible. I would never want to.
Yeah. I didn't drive on it. I was driven on it, so that makes it kind of worse. But kind of. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. But and this is why it's bad, is because what if you, like the main characters, or not the main character, but a main character, if you just pass out and then your car goes off the side of the road, that's that could happen. Because when they catch up to this woman in the wedding dress, turns out she's knocked unconscious by all the times the guys were slamming her car against the rails. So then she almost goes off the edge, but then Lupin jumps into her car and like drives it safely. Wow. I mean, it does go off the edge, but it does go off the edge the way that it was going to go off before. And he's able to save her with something I wouldn't assume he has, but apparently he does. A little Spider-Man like wrist gauntlet thingy in his watch, right? Or is it? What was it? It was something like that.
Yeah, little like
a secret agent
tension kit,
grappling
James
hook
Bond
thing.
Has one.
Actually, I guess it's just in his pocket. It's not necessarily.
I think it's just like a regular like grappling gun thing that he just had in his pocket.
But he doesn't even shoot it. Now that I'm watching it again, he like hurls it, like twirls it at the thing, and he's just hanging by it.
Yeah,
and he's like, cool. But like, yeah, incredible. Having watched that one Spider-Man movie, they're both dead. She's dead from neck. He's dead from his arm snapped off, and they hit the ground. But still, pretty cool. And oh no, it is in his watch.
Yeah,
it appears to be coiled into his.
Come on, Diggins.
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched this a few days ago.
Penalty.
Well, it's weird because it doesn't appear to be originally, but then when he goes down,
DJ,
he lowers
if we're gonna start
watch.
doing penalties for saying things wrong about the movie, is that a game you want to start?
No. I will say maybe in your edit it was not a watch. Maybe they removed that from your edit.
They didn't get the rights to watches. It had to be something else that's like a watch. Time.is maybe a great website we all love. Pay for. But then so Lupin gets knocked out by this also, and then the wedding dress lady runs away, but Lupin is left with her ring, which is just some ring or something, and he's like, cool, I got this, you know.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, that'd be pretty sick for you if you like. What would you do if you got a ring like this? You just hold on to it? Would you try to sell it?
Yeah, I would. Listen, I mean, you'll get into it, but I wouldn't. Well, there's a reason for it, but you know, maybe if I had the history with it, I'd be like, oh my god, but probably not. I wouldn't be able to. Diggins knows I wouldn't even be able to remember I'd seen the ring possibly before.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. But then, so Lupin and the guy, his friend Jiggly, go to a little ruins to hang out, and this is where Lupin realizes that he has seen this before, and he's like, isn't that interesting? And I think he remembers, he knows it's from the palace or something.
Yeah.
How does he know that? Just because? Or is he like, that's the only thing in this whole planet? Like, it's probably that big giant palace over there.
He hasn't seen the ring before, but he's seen the crest on the ring.
Yeah. Right.
Where he saw it was in the palace.
That makes more sense. So then they devise a clever plan to break into the palace, or at least they work on it. But before that, we meet the villain of the thing. And this is a big guy with a square jaw and a little tiny mustache. He drives a little plane, and it's cute little plane. And you're like, this is probably not a real plane, but I bet you could make a plane like this. It's like more of a helicopter than a plane. So it's very easy to land, and he lands it very easily. And this guy's name is what? Evil Man?
The Count.
I don't think he ever gets a name besides the Count.
Just the Count. Okay.
Castiglia. Blah, blah, blah.
Now, I do have a... Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nando, how easily do you think you could fly this auto gyro?
Ooh,
I think I could fly pretty easily. I mean, look at him do it. He doesn't seem that smart.
Pretty easily. I mean, he feels like a stretch.
I mean, listen, if he can do it, and he's just yeah, I could do it.
Well, he's a smart, sexy villain type, Nando.
Yeah, I guess I want to see.
I say sexy, but depending on how evil he's supposed to be in any scene, he gets increasingly lumpy over time.
Yeah. Until he gets his mask in his full lumpy form.
The thing about this thing that's strange is it's essentially a helicopter, except it has big fins on the back, like you would expect on a plane. And the blades of the helicopter all have little things on them, which I don't know if that's what's doing the helicoptering, like if they're little turbines. So like it seems like it'd be a little choppy, but I don't know. It feels like it'd be pretty easy to fly. I bet you see the cockpit. There's like maybe one thing in there. It's probably like one button, and then a little thing. So pretty easy. Yeah. Helicopters pretty cool.
All right. Diggins, do you think Nando is full of shit, or do you think that like you could easily fly it?
There's no way I could fly this thing. I would die instantly.
I think I'm in between you. I think if it came to it, I could figure it out if I had to. But I don't have the kind of confidence Nando does.
Planes are easy to fly, right? Like we know this for sure. Everybody could do it.
I
did it for the show.
I was about to say
anyone could just walk right into a cockpit and fly a plane. Easy.
Maybe you mean autopilot exists, and maybe that's what you're trying to say.
No, easy
trying
to fly.
help you out. But like the
easy
thing
to do it
literally took Nathan Fielder like forever to figure out the landing because like that was so hard. And he was too in his head about it.
Well, that's him,
not
but,
you
like,
with the small plane.
Built different. No, yeah. Oh, for sure.
Okay. My bad. That's.
But I feel like so this is closer to helicopter or to plane than normal helicopter, which means it's easier to fly than normal helicopter, I would assume.
Okay.
Unless there's some sort of compounding effect where it just makes it worse. But I don't know. It's a pretty cool looking thing, and we'll see maybe later if it's easier to fly, perhaps. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But then that guy is bad. He has a bad little manservant man who's like even more evil looking than him.
Goodness.
And then he goes to find the bride to be, and he's like, I'm gonna use my ring on her ring, but then the ring is gone, and he's like, fuck. Not in my version, but like in an ideal version of this, he gets he's like, the rings are important to me.
I am curious what the manservant's name was for you guys, but also I don't trust your remembering it.
I mean, could I just?
Oh yeah, there's no way
in the thing.
I'm playing it right now, so let's see if I can hear it. What's yours' name?
It's like.
And mine, his name was Jodo.
That seems right. I think mine was a Jodo.
Yep.
At least a Jodo.
Also Jodo in mine. I just heard him say it.
All right then. I thought they might have changed it because it was kind of a strange name.
Yeah. No, it definitely is.
But anyway, yeah. So it's clear that she's his prisoner or something, kind of like Beauty and the Beast, or Sleeping Beauty, I guess, one of those two. But then they go to the bar to just fucking hang out and chill, have a good time, eat a big plate of spaghetti and meatballs. Hey. And I guess like just kind of figure out what the fuck's going on. What is this? Does he see a picture of her?
He is like Flash in the Ring. I don't know how clear this was in your version, but deliberately to like get a spy's attention. But the waitress tells him like, "Oh yeah, I thought you guys were here because the princess is getting married."
Right. Yeah. So yeah, that is their plan. But then that's the plan. They go to bed the next morning or that night, but are planning to, just like in Speed Racer, get ambushed by ninjas. And this is where we meet these guys. Hold on. I don't know what the fuck they are.
I've got a. Oh shit! I got a thing here that just says "fucked up little guys."
I mean, what's the deal with them?
I don't know. They're like, so to describe. They're kind. Imagine gorillas, but like small, like small for a gorilla. Small, like when they're sort of hunched over and they're shorter than a human when they're hunched over, but would be the size of a human if they were standing straight. Because as we find out later, when their masks come off, they are human, even though they really don't seem like it.
Yeah.
And they're just like full black hood, black ninja stuff. And they got these gauntlets that have like razor sharp fingertips. Yeah. And they kind of just use those, or they can like shoot them from their hands. And they just sort of like move sideways, like shuffling, and just like move in packs, and are just generally very, very strange. And I was convinced were not human for most of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame you.
I kind of assumed these were a Lupin, like, classic guy or something.
Yeah,
like, the guys, like, are
exactly.
The Hand or something, like some faction of guys that have been established in other stuff. I don't think that's the case, but they're pretty weird to come kind of out of nowhere. But also they're, like, not as cool as they should be, because, like, they do get beaten up by these two clowns. And to be fair, Lupin is like kind of clever and whatever, but like, I don't know. These guys have weird metal hands. So, it, like all kinds
almost
of
like
shit.
Wolverine claws that are extending from.
Well, they're more like Lady Deathstrike claws.
Sure.
Yeah, but they also have swords on their arms too. Like
they have all the blades.
Yeah, they're super bladed up. But yeah, Lupin just beats him, like gets out of there, which is pretty cool of him. And then he meets his other friend. So this guy comes to the house, like comes to the group because he is part of their crew or a guy they know or something.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the Desperados.
Yeah, he is a desperado. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what this character was doing at any point in the movie. Not like I had no idea what he was doing, but I just could not figure out what, because he's nothing like these other guys. Like,
can I get a crack at this guy's name?
Sure. Oh wait, you want us to give you one? Yeah, no, I can't. But go for it.
It's Goemon.
Oh, okay.
The Pokemon?
Yes. Ooh.
That's not a Pokemon.
Well, sounds like one.
Might
Digimon.
be now. There's so many Pokemon.
That one's
it would be a Digimon.
My fault,
they have Mon at the end, right?
Yeah.
They were very, very much with that. So I'm going to look this up right now. There's a character in this stuff named Goemon Ishikawa the 13th. Everybody's got to have some number.
Yeah, well, because
like
Ishikawa Goemon was a real historical figure who was like a legendary outlaw hero during the Sengoku period.
So, like, why is he here?
He like the core crew is Lupin, Jigen, and Goemon. Like they're
fascinating.
He's like part of the crew. I don't know why he wasn't there from the start. I guess they wanted to keep it tight. Yeah,
and like where would he fit in that little car? But like, this character was very strange to me. Also, like, he doesn't have the same vibe as Lupin and Jiggly. Like, he's chill and like doesn't seem like he'd be friends with them. But maybe
he's like a stoic samurai man.
Yeah,
but I think in things that give him more screen time, he's that kind of stoic serious that's like kind of silly in how stoic serious it is, and I think that makes him fit in more.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. I mean, he's cool. I liked him. But I could not figure out his deal. But then, and then the cop shows up.
Our boy.
Yeah, because
everybody's favorite guy.
Hey,
Lupin
shit.
Sorry, you go.
Oh, sorry. I just real quick. Was this guy totally red-faced in your guys' like versions?
No. I don't know about totally red. He had
so I watched a version that like
actually, you know what?
I mean, he has a ruddy face, I would say.
So I had watched a version that had clearly been retouched. Just it was right. Like it didn't look like completely out of the like 1970s from like a coloring perspective and like stuff like that. But like the guy, I don't know why Zenagawa, they made him like red, like just like angry.
Yeah.
Like it's just angry all the time. It's like steaming, right?
You were so close, DJ. You were so close.
Zenagawa?
Zenigata.
Zenigata.
But he's just like a red-faced angry man, like a Sunday like Cheeto eating, yelling at their TV, like, oh, why can't they get a first down? Like just red the whole time. I'm like, why is this man red-faced?
Because he's like the guy.
Just I guess
this made sense to me. He's the cop that they always.
But was he tomato red in your guys's?
Now looking at it, I really didn't pick up on this. I guess in my original look at it, but looking at it, he does have much redder skin than the rest of them.
Yeah, I don't know that I would say tomato red, but he is definitely, like I said, ruddy faced, like very visibly red.
Sure. Maybe I just had like my high def contrast turned way up, but he was like he looked like a tomato man. Like he was ready to mask up for Campbell's soup. That's how red faced this man was. Anyway, that's all.
It's fascinating that they did that. You know, that's weird, but cool. I guess.
So red.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like he was the one character that I saw and immediately understood. Like I didn't need him to look different. I could have maybe some other characters could look a little different. That would have been helpful. But But yeah, he's just the cop that they seem to have ruined the life of, or something.
By forced into servitude to help them sometimes.
Well, yeah, and doing every crime he gets called in, and it's always some bullshit like this, where like they fuck with him. I'm trying to think of like a version of who's this in other media. Like, what other characters like this? It's an archetype.
I know this is like an archetype because it's a foes to friends kind of thing, or like a reluctant like helper.
Well, I mean, he always wants to arrest Lupin.
Right.
How friendly they are, I think, varies depending on the media. But I know exactly what you're talking about, Nando, and I'm trying to think. There's definitely other ones like it.
For sure. And like
basically anything that focuses on like anything that's supposed to be like kind of light and fun but focuses on criminals has this guy in it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you know what he feels like, honestly, and this isn't the exact same thing, but like the principal in like a show about kids in a school where like he knows they're not all bad, but he is like trying to get in the way of their schemes and stuff.
But he might help them out in the movie.
Yeah, if their interests align, you know, right, maybe he'll do like this one. But like I think, yeah, usually I would imagine this guy's always a step behind. But then they expose the real villain, and then he arrests them. And is like Lupin III, and then those two other guys. I'll get you next time.
How did this guy sound for you, Nando? Like my guy was like very like Wolf, get back here, Wolf. I'm gonna get you. Like kind of one of those.
It's hard to say. I feel like my guy had like a pretty specific voice, but he was like one of those characters who's like always yelling, but even like when he's just talking to people. Kind of listening to it now. I don't know. But also, is he the only cop you would ever call for anything? Like, because they're not, it seems like, in Lupin's backyard.
Oh, were they?
Sorry, you go, DJ.
I was going to ask, were they Interpol?
Yeah, they do that thing that all media does where they pretend Interpol is like actually police and not administrative.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like the world's Lupin expert.
Gotcha.
So I think because the reason he gets called in is because Lupin leaves a card being like a calling card, like, I'm going to steal your bride, Count Man. And so that's why Zenigata gets sent, which is part of the plan.
Yeah, I looked it up. He's or not looked it up, I watched a little bit. He just kind of sounds like, oh no, it's Lupin, I gotta kill him or whatever, you know, like that's his vibe. But you know, fine. I like this character the most, probably.
Mine was, I feel like I can't like do it because I don't want to say fake Japanese words because I don't know real Japanese.
I think you got
this,
Diggins. Yeah,
it's a very very stock sort of like deep kind of gruff Japanese voice in anime. You know, he had one of those.
Yeah. And like, yeah, so this guy's there. And then Mr. Cagliostro guy, the bad guy, is like, all right, well, let's try not to, you know, we'll try to get him. But Lupin has a scheme to sneak in there. And he goes in through like the sewer or something. And then he does a clever thing, which David Hayter probably learned here and then brought to X-Men 1 and 2, where Lupin pretends to be him and then uses that to make everybody arrest the real him, so he can go
By
do
him, you
Lupin
mean
stuff.
Zenigata,
right? That's this part, right? Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
He
gets separated from Jigen because he falls, and then he sort of tricks everyone into thinking that he is Zenigata and the other Zenigata is a fake Zenigata.
Yeah, I guess you know what it reminded me of? The bit where there's a bit in X-Men 2 where Mystique impersonates Stryker, but like to be like, hey, there's a Stryker running around here that's a fake Stryker, and then as the fake Stryker, she like beats him up, and that's kind of what he does. It's like, you let that fake Lupin in here.
I was wondering Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Diggins.
No, you go first.
I was just gonna say, I was wondering if this was like Mission Impossible. Everyone's ripping off a face. It's like, oh, is this like a Lupin thing? But not really. It doesn't. I mean, it's not like Lupin's always a different guy.
He's not even wearing a mask. He just kind of like puffs up his shoulders and like makes his face red, and it just works.
Yeah, especially it doesn't help that like this guy's just like this character's general, like his outfit is just trench coat, so it's a pretty easy one to fake if you have to.
I'd also like to so Zenigata is mad in this scene because Interpol called and told him that they're not on the case anymore, because the count used political influence to make that happen, because he doesn't want the Interpol to find his counterfeiting operation.
Oh yeah, we haven't really gotten into that.
Yeah,
but
it does. Lupin is right. It is here. But when he's on the phone arguing that like they shouldn't do that, he says, "Police are not bootlicking lackeys," and I'm like, incorrect.
Oh man, yeah, that's true. That's some bullshit. This is because what did you think of this pig, Diggins? Did you like him or hate him?
Ooh, that's good.
How'd
you feel about a main character who's supposed to be somewhat sympathetic and also a cop?
Well, but he's like a fictional cop, right? Which is like he care, and as we see in this movie, he's the guy who cares about justice and about catching the criminals, and not about the politics or anything, right? So he's supposed to be one of the good ones. But of course, that's all bullshit, and crime is fake, and so he'll be up against the wall when the revolution comes.
Yeah, does this character ever, like, I mean, we don't know this, but, like, does he ever just fully join the gang? They just quit the force and, like, go, I want to steal things with Lupin.
As far as I know,
than being
never.
foiled by him.
No.
Damn it.
He believes strongly in justice.
I will say, and I did no research. I did one thing, was I watched the trailer for like the 2019 version because I'm like, oh, this is something. And look, he's in it a bunch, and the footage isn't of him chasing Lupin the whole time, right? In fact, the one time he like jumps out of a helicopter with him. So I don't know. Maybe Zenigata, we find out at some point, has a secret thirst for crime, and he's hiding it behind this cop exterior that doesn't really believe in. But it's
don't they all? Yeah.
Well, DJ, if you listen to some fans of the series, it's not crime he has a secret thirst for.
Oh, tell me more. Oh.
Is that a thing? I mean, I guess I could see it. Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
sure, yeah, why not?
I don't think it's ever been a canon thing, but in the fandom, I think it has been a thing for a very long time.
Right now, or maybe forever, enemies to lovers is a very popular subgenre on Book Talk. So some people have told me. So I totally see it.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. You and Michelle were enemies first, right? Before you became lovers.
Right. Classic enemies to lovers story.
It's the rules. She was that cop, or were you be which one of you is the cop? I don't know. You could both be cops, but like one of you is the evil cop. This is Departed.
I'm probably Zenigata.
You mean Infernal Affairs?
Infernal Affairs. Yeah, actually, that's more accurate. Speaking of, okay, real quick. There's another character that I forgot to mention, who's interesting and just kind of around, and I think this was maybe the character that I was like, I kind of didn't like write off, but I was like, I don't really know what this is. It's probably something. But Lupin meets one of his friends, or his like Catwoman of him, kind of.
Yeah, essentially.
And she's also doing stuff at the castle, but not because of him. Seems like she's also after whatever this is. What's her deal? I had trouble with this.
You either of you want to give a crack at the name before I say it?
Fuji something, right? I think.
DJ?
I got nothing.
Fujiko Mine.
Okay. Yeah.
That's two, family.
Yeah.
Given name. Fujiko Mine. The Catwoman thing, I think, is basically right? Like she's
Okay.
other thief slash spy. They're often at odds, but also often work together. You know, she kind of like sums it up later where she's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you know, I worked with him. We were lovers once, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, she's, as far as I can tell from what I watched, she's basically there spying for about the like counterfeit ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lupin happens to be there and she's like, oh, well. And so they kind of just like help each other because why not?
Yeah. And she's cool. I didn't hate this character. I just was like curious about their whole deal. But then he goes to meet, then he like climbs up the wall to go to the princess whose name is Clarice. That's right.
I think it's more like Clarissa or Clarisse, but
oh yeah, that's probably.
You know what's crazy? In my version, he says Clarice.
Oh,
like
I mean, maybe it is Clarice, but it's spelled Clarisse.
Yeah, I'm more inclined to believe that the guy was like Clarice. Sure, yeah, and it's like Clarice, but that is how it is said in my version, is Clarice. So no,
mine was said with a heavy Japanese accent. So,
do it.
No,
yeah.
What does it sound like?
Say,
not gonna do it.
Sounds pretty cool. But you were doing it before.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah. Do you
when I was saying all those slurs to you earlier.
yeah. We're all gonna get it out of our system. Because it's, you know, comedy's legal again. So Lupin goes to her, gives her the ring, and then she's like, "Oh my God, it's you from earlier. Thanks." But then Lupin is captured by the Count, the evil guy. But then Lupin's like, "I knew this would happen, so I gave you a fake ring to fuck with you." And then that's it. Like that's the end of that bit. And that's pretty cool, you know.
Mm-hmm. But where did he end up, Nando?
So he's in. Well, wait. So they have like a system of tunnels that so I don't know if every one of these is a catacombs or if just in France they're catacombs. It's like this is Champagne kind of sparkling water thing, but it seems like they got a catacombs. Is that right? Is that what this is?
I think so.
Yeah.
See, it's weird to me because like in France you have the catacombs, so I'm like, oh, they made the catacombs, and then everybody else was like, we got catacombs, are the catacombs, and you're like, you should be calling it a skeleton tunnel because they're, but I don't know. But yeah, they got one of those. So this is where him and his boyfriend hang out and like make a little plan.
Because Zenigata also got sent down there earlier.
Right, yeah. And they're like, we should work together to be friends, to escape at least. And that's pretty cool because, yeah, I like this character the most. But then they, as part of their escape, well, first, yeah, some guys try to get him, but then they end up in the room with all the
ninja men.
Yeah. And they have like little like robot mask thingies to make them look even weirder. Yeah, they're pretty weird. But then they end up in the room with all the money from early. Well, not from earlier, but that we knew existed.
Money, Nando?
So there's all kinds of money, DJ, but it's all the fake money. And the cop boyfriend guy is like, hell yeah, this is a whole big crime. I love it when I get to do a crime, not do a crime, bust a crime. So this makes me real happy.
Call me Busta Crimes.
Call me Busta Crimes, yeah. And Lupin goes through. So this family is like the greatest forgers ever in history or something. And like, it's one of those, like, behind all of the empires, they were forging all this stuff.
Yeah. So apparently, I looked up, this is something that changes a lot, or depending on the translation. Like the implication, like in some versions, it's sort of implied that they're like a secret conspiracy masterminding things. In another translation, it's more just like, you know, people have been hiring their services, which have been very impactful for centuries.
That's mine. Yeah.
Really, I feel like it's well.
I was like, they caused the Great Depression. Like any major.
Yeah, but like they did it right. They were like, let's overthrow Napoleon and stuff or whatever, right? Like I think these guys are in like a big secret crime ring or like.
Well, like I'm saying, it depends on the translation whether they are conspiracy masters who are directly pulling the strings, or if they're just providing services that have caused these things.
Right.
It reminds me of that Casino Royale bad guy who's just like the money guy, and that's cool because that movie was pretty good. Yes, Le Chiffre. That's right. What's that mean in English? It's the fox or something.
I think it's like it's something like not that exciting. I'm pretty sure.
The Chiffre meaning is the cipher or the number. Oh, okay.
I thought that's
cool.
What it is.
Yeah. So they find the thing, and then they're like, "Look at all the money." So we'll do. You can expose them, and it'll be great. At this point, also the blonde one meets Clarice and is like, "Hey, Lupin's my boyfriend, kind of, or something." It's unclear, but now I'm gonna do some crimes too, or something. I don't know. This is the scene where she explains this, right? But yeah, it's
he can
weird.
Probably help you, but I'm doing my own crimes, so whatever.
So so then they all try to escape. They cause a big diversion, and Lupin does the incredibly easy task of flying this little helicopter plane, which he does with no training. He's never even probably seen one in his life, but he can figure it out. And him and the cop and everybody not everybody, but the girlfriend escapes, right? Did she make it out of here?
Fujiko?
Yeah, Fujiko. Or does she?
Yeah, she does.
I can't remember because the whole thing because really the only character that makes it out is the cop, right? But then
no, they all make it out. They all make it out, but Lupin does not make it out unscathed.
Right. Yeah, he gets shot.
Yeah, what happens? How does he get shot?
Ooh.
The Gatling gun. Pretty cool.
I mean, yes, I meant more the circumstances.
What's his name? What's the guy's name? We already forgot. Bald guy. Mr. Evil Man. Yeah. He does a big.
Get him.
He gets a Gatling gun. I
the count,
don't know what
the count promises that.
Oh,
if Clarissa gives him the ring, or Clarice, or whatever we want to say, then he'll let Lupin go, and she does it, but then he shoots Lupin. Uh-oh.
That's right. He's a bad guy. Yeah, and Lupin dies.
Almost, probably.
You'd have to assume, right? But like, does he really get shot?
I think so. I mean, why else would he be so injured later?
It was the only. I don't know how the edits are done, but like, he's shot and like blood is pouring out of his stomach, and I'm like, this is like the only graphic thing they've shown this whole movie.
So here's my thing with it. Watching this again, the first time you see he seems to get shot, it kind of looks like the tie gets clipped, and that's all that gets shot. And then he like falls down a million flights onto the roof part. But then you see him and he's like fully just bleeding out up there. So I guess, but I don't think he like did he get like shot through his body? I don't think he did. I think the fall caused him some. Okay, yeah. Because part of me was like, when I saw this, I was like, oh, he's like faking it or something. It's like a tomato from earlier that I forgot, but that's not what it is. So then they all rescue him and stuff.
In this scene, which rules.
That is true. That's why. So this, and she's now dressed in what I assume is her regular uniform, which is just like camo fatigues or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. She even has a wingsuit. That's also pretty cool. Just overall a cool character. But then the most frustrating part of the movie, the inspector man goes to the UN or something. What is this? It's like
Yeah,
the EU
it's
of the
UN.
70s.
I guess.
But like,
UN.
yeah, looking at it now, yeah, like Japan's there. So he goes to them and he's like, you guys, they're doing a bunch of forgeries. And they're like, but wait, that would make us look bad and also fuck with our economies. So let's not do anything about it. And this guy's like, man, the law. It sucks big time. I should quit. I mean, he doesn't say that, but like, that's what he should be saying.
Later he says it.
He kind of says that. Yeah, he's like, these guys, these politicians, man, they all get in the way of my heroic stuff. And that's an interesting like plot line to have this guy go through. I don't know. It's fine. What do you guys think of this little bit?
It's fine.
I found this. I don't know. I don't know. I think if I didn't like the cop, this would have bugged me more.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I mean, cop's like, I don't know. It's like Lupin, cop, friend, like everyone else.
Which friend, Jigen or Goemon?
Jigen.
Or Fujiko Mine?
Goemon and Fujiko, they're like around, but like, I don't know, they don't like matter. Fujiko's bit at the end is fun, I guess, but like, it feels like there's only like 3 people playing.
I like this as sort of like especially like where it ends up with like Zenigata and Fujiko kind of concocting a scheme.
I agree. Yeah. I thought that was fun. So maybe that's what it is, because like watching it now, I'm like, I remember I hated this the first time I watched it, but now I don't mind it. But I think it's because the resolution's kind of fun. So then Lupin has to get all bandaged up because he's going to die from all his wounds, but they give him food, so he's fine. And then he explains that in a past scheme, he met the princess girl.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm curious how this guy's landed literally in your edits. So he talks about how he met the princess when she was 9, and that's how I remember the ring. Da-da-da-da-da. So in mine, he says, oh, I guess it was something about her innocence that whatever captured me. I'm curious, like, what the tone of that was. Like, I'll be clear. It didn't come off as creepy for me, but I didn't love it. I didn't love it.
I don't know.
Are you saying Lupin the Third's a groomer?
No, because the way the movie doesn't, the movie makes a smart choice at the end. But I don't know, like, why couldn't he have met the princess when she was 17 and now she's 27 or right? Like,
well, but then 9? Why wouldn't the Count have married her earlier?
Oh, I guess
that's true.
Problem. I don't like that the charming, dashing man like met the 9-year-olds. Like, I just don't love it.
Well, that's maybe one problem of mine, kind of. When we first met her, I didn't know how old she was or how old Lupin was. I just kind of assumed they were the same age a little bit. Because it's like, they're the main characters. They're probably going to be in love, whatever. And like, she's wearing a bride outfit. So she's got to be old enough to do bride stuff. But it turns out, I mean, technically, but yeah, she is young.
That doesn't have to be that old.
That's true. And this character, like, Lupin's supposed to be like probably 30, I guess, or something, right? Because like,
probably in his 30s. He probably did this whole thing with him. His first time trying to break in the castle was probably in his 20s.
Yeah. So that's cool, I guess. But yeah, so he's like, that's how I remember her. She was all nice to me. So yeah, gotta save her. So then they do then we're at the wedding, basically. We're at the end of this movie. Now, I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna real quick press a button. This shit. This is the one. I've been kind of holding on to is Black Klansmen. So there's an evil group of guys that are also the little ninjas, probably. I mean, they are, but like they in the evil version of this wedding that is like a state affair and like. People come from far and wide. It is in the middle of the crypt or something, it seems like, but it's not. But like, it has like that look to it, and it's all the bad guys are dressed in what are essentially black versions of like the Klan robes.
Yeah.
culturally like a thing? Is this what the priests dressed like, or their assistants or whatever, in Japan, or where did I say this was? Monte Carlo? Because
I mean, this is, I gotta say, this is a fake country, and also we know that they're trying to make it a Catholic ceremony because the Archbishop was sent from the Vatican.
Yeah. These guys even hold up their swords as little crosses, as if that's part of it. This part really threw me. Yeah. And when something like this happens in one of these, I'm like, I guess this is a cultural thing that I just don't get. But like, part of me is like, this is so weird that maybe it's not. Maybe we're supposed to see these guys and go, oh, those are bad guys. Like, this is crazy that he thought he could bring his guys out for this.
But also, he's like 45 years old.
He does.
Right? Like, it's like, you know, this movie came out like, I'm trying to think of like prior to like what? Like
9/11.
That's right.
It did happen before 9/11.
Pre 9/11 movie.
It's a different time, you know.
It was prior to Reagan's America.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some would say it caused it.
Some have said,
right? Like Iran
counterfeiting.
Hostage. That's where he was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if only Lupin was there. But but yeah, they have a whole big plan. What were you gonna say, DJ? Did you have anything?
No, that was it. No.
Yeah, no.
Wait, what were your guys' read on the guys on the villains?
Evil.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculously sinister, but I don't think it's a specific cultural thing other than a combination of trying to make it look sinister with a Japanese person from 1979's best impression of what a Catholic ceremony would look like.
It's awesome, then. That's so cool that they did this. And like, I think it'd be really funny if a huge fan of Lupin, because you get all these like kind of, you know, Disney weddings now and stuff. I think it'd be really funny if I got invited to a wedding from someone who's just such a big fan of this movie that they did it, but they didn't tell anybody. And just these guys came out, and it'd just be fucking sick.
I will say there was a princess of Japan who, when she got married, had the wedding dress that Clarice is wearing in this scene made.
Oh.
For her.
That's cool.
But I don't think she did any of the other stuff, like the evil Klansmen holding up swords or any of that.
Not real committed fan. Fake fan, as we say. Also, this wedding dress, not the same thing she was wearing earlier.
Nope.
So this has a whole, what's it, whipple? Is that what that's called?
Whipple, yeah.
The headpiece? Yeah, that is attached to the wedding dress. So weird. But then the wedding is interrupted by a character that I have to assume is Lupin, because it looks like him from earlier. Yeah, exactly. Being held up by Lupin's guys. And then every single one of the Black Clan guys just stabs Lupin at the same time and turns him into a weird little marionette. But again, because this is Lupin's whole favorite thing, it turns out that was actually a bit, and like he saves the princess because he was the cardinal or something.
Archbishop.
Yeah.
Archbishop. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everybody just fucking shoots everybody else. His guys have like machine guns. He's got a bunch of fireworks under his little cloak. And then the cop comes in with some SWAT team guys under the pretense of like, gotta save the princess or whatever.
We gotta arrest Lupin because that's his.
Gotta arrest Lupin, right? Yeah. But then he goes downstairs, and what does he find?
All the counterfeiting stuff. Whoa.
Yeah, and then he's also got Catwoman has a TV camera because she's posing as a reporter. And she videotapes it, and then he's like, oh my god, they counterfeited everything. So he like goes around the UN. And I'm assuming after this, they send someone to blow him up or something. Because the UN doesn't take kindly to that. Like, this guy's done. But yeah, so that's a series wrap for this character.
We even see like a scene of the UN guys watching this on TV, and they're like, "He's really hamming it up, huh?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty good. Also, the samurai gets a little bit to do where he kills all the ninja guys or whatever. I'm using a lot of these terms, but like the guy with the sword cuts up all the guys in the hoods, and this is where it's exposed that they're just guys. Yeah, and that's weird to me.
Because I think this is a thing for him, or at least it is in this movie, because he does it several times where he just like cuts the clothes off people.
Yeah. And and I guess that's what he brings to the table, and that's pretty cool. Good if you got it, that's a handy plot. And the other guy's a big sniper rifle, so they fight everybody. But then basically at the end, Lupin yeah. Have we ever talked about what the rings do? Or did we know this at this point? When did we find this out?
We don't fully find out. Like we find early on, we learn that there's some sort of mystery with them. Right. And like there's a treasure maybe, but we don't find out what the answer until this ending bit.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure if I'd missed something. So when you put the rings together, you can read on the sides of together on the edges of both where they connect a little riddle or something. I forget what it is, but that's the secret to where the treasure is. I also feel like maybe we've been in this clock tower before, but then we go into a big clock tower to do the big final fight, because that's related to what you have to do with these rings. If this was a real secret code, you could just get it from one ring, right?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out she just knows the secret code, because he's I can't really read it on this ring, and she's like, oh, it's this.
Yeah. So I don't know what the deal was with that. But then we do, speaking of Amazing Spider-Man 2, we do a little bit of Amazing Spider-Man 2 here, where Lupin and then the Count have a big sword fight on some gears. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think of this?
It's fine.
I mean, it's a cool scene. This whole clock tower scene, I think this is pretty cool.
I agree. It's pretty cool. Clock towers are fucking crazy. Have you ever been in a clock tower? It can't be like this, right?
Why? Because it would fall under the weight of all this stuff.
Just so many gears going in different directions. You got to figure there's one kind of pillar of gears that do the gear thing. But the idea of
Spider-Man 2 or Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Exactly. But is this what they're like? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I will say cinematically, this is the clock tower scene that has inspired many other famous clock tower scenes.
That's cool. It reminded me of a scene from Jackie Chan Adventures, which takes place in Bavaria, so not too far from where we are. But yeah, and it's all that stuff where a guy is about to get crushed by the gear, and then he has to not get crushed by the gear and stuff. Have we watched something recently where this happened?
Where someone gets crushed by a gear?
So I remember a thing kind of recently where a character, the gears just don't work out, with the logic of what happens in the scene. You know what I'm talking about? What was it? It wasn't Spider-Man. I guess it was, there's another one of these where a character clearly gets crushed by the gear if you follow what's happening, but he just doesn't. He comes back on the other side of the gear and you're like, what? But it's just they didn't know how to end it. I don't know. I'm going to Google it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's bugging me, but
there is a guy who gets on the wrong side of the gear and he does not come out the other side.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why, this is going to drive me crazy. That's why it's so weird in this other, whatever this other thing is. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know. I like this. This was cool. Lupin and him fight on the outside of the clock, and that pit's cool too.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think of this?
It's good.
Yeah.
You loved it. Wow. Incredible.
I was a big fan. No, I thought it was really cool. This whole ending sequence with the fight on the inside and then on the edge of the clock tower. I do want to do one. Oh shit. Which is just ending super gnarly for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way the Count goes out is fucked.
It happens.
Yeah. I mean, bright side, it's painless, right?
I think it's incredibly painful.
No, you're just dead, right? You're just dead.
It's slowly crushing you until you crack. That must be incredibly painful.
What wasn't it? No.
He does try to hold them apart for a little bit. Like, that's the part that I feel like is the painful part. If he just let him go,
it's just
not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this wasn't... DJ, it wasn't like just smash dead. It was...
Yeah, it's like Star Wars, right? Episode, we're going to get crushed in the trash compactor. Yeah.
To be clear,
I guess it's... Yeah. It's not Final Destination 3 in the gym.
For those who haven't seen the movie, Lupin tells him how to do the thing, which is like put the rings in the eyes of this statue. And then Lupin and like the Count like drops Clarice, so Lupin dives in the lake after her. But when he puts it in, the hands of the clock just start like turning towards midnight, and they like catch him, and so he's like trying to hold them open and not get crushed. And then we zoom out super far out so we can't really see him, and just see them with a crunching noise, with a really gnarly crunching noise, like come together.
I guess that's the part where I'm like, well, he's dead. Right? It's like they come together, he's dead. Before that, bad, but you know. Well,
if he wasn't dead, doesn't the whole clock tower collapse after that? So that part would be a little hard to survive. But yeah, and then that floods the whole village and stuff. It's a fucking disaster of a thing for this country. But I guess and also, is this economy propped up by counterfeiting, like fully?
Ooh, see, that's the scary part.
Not clear.
I
would imagine tourism plays a big role.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And then they go to the
well, but wait, what was the treasure that doing the Secret of the Rings revealed, Nando?
Oh my god, fucking ancient Rome or whatever.
Wait, so okay, I'm curious. I'm confused about this. So that was what, like, that was the treasure.
The treasure
they put it there?
Were ancient Roman ruins at the bottom of the lake. Apparently, their ancestors, he explains this a little bit. I forget exactly what he says, but like, I think the explanation is also doesn't really make sense anyway. But, essentially, like people were coming to like siege the town, and the ruins might have been destroyed, so they flooded the area and like built this whole contraption so that the ruins would be preserved under the water. Insane.
Yes.
And then built this mechanism so that when it was safe, they could unflood it, and then the ruins would be, visible to the world again. Because it's not a treasure like a bunch of gold; it's a treasure like a treasure for the world.
Yeah,
heritage.
Yeah. I do think people are gonna be mad when it's revealed that this is the One Piece. I think that might
Yeah. Oh, do you think that's what it is?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, right?
I thought the One Piece was friendship.
No, the guy did say that it's a thing. It's a thing you can find. So
you can find.
It's not gonna be some ethereal shit like friendship, but it might be ancient Roman ruins. So people are gonna be pissed.
It's interesting. Because that's super weird that they do this. Cool though. I don't know. I mean, weird that it comes out of nowhere too. Like, is this foreshadowed in the rest of the movie and I just missed it? Or no, like,
there's no way. It's
really no. I mean, they talk about how they're like ancient Gothic ancestors, blah blah blah, but like, not really anything other than the presence of like the existence of things that are old.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, and then that's it. The end.
Yep.
We did it.
No post-credit scene from what I remember.
Thank goodness.
Not that I saw. But wait, so does Clarice go off and go with big adventures with them, Nando?
Almost.
No, but then what does she do? Just chill?
Yeah, she's
Well,
She's like, I'm in charge of this whole country.
The
yeah,
castle.
she's
Yeah,
gonna be the
she's
princess.
Yeah.
queen
Or
princess,
probably
whatever.
queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was the guy?
He was
Baron
he was
or something?
the count. So like I think they say later
Oh, right.
he was like part of another family that was like distantly related or were like sort of power behind the throne sort of thing. So I guess
Right.
that's why he got assigned regent when her parents died when she was very young. So
Okay, that makes
he's not
sense.
like a relative, but he's basically the second most powerful noble family in the kingdom, I guess.
Yeah. Then yeah, so she doesn't go do adventures. But you know, it's all good.
Yeah. Yep.
They nailed it.
Lupin and crew will be on to the next one.
Now, how far into the franchise is this, by the way? We haven't really talked about this, but like, is this
I mean,
the 10th one?
This is the first or second. I'm actually not sure which number movie this is.
I think there was one that came out
Second.
a year before.
It is the second Lupin the Third movie.
By the way, production of this movie took 4 months. 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you crunch. You know, everybody should do it. It's a good business practice. Yeah,
Man,
that's weird.
So many of these. My God.
But yeah, no, it's I mean, Lupin the Third is one of those series that has like intentionally very loose continuity, and so like where it fits in like the story is sort of, you know,
Yeah.
it's one of those questions without an answer.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense, and that's great. Yeah, I don't know. This movie's cool.
Yeah.
So you said they're rebooting it,
it.
or are they doing another one, or are they done with these?
They're just redoing the dub, I think. They're not like changing the animation.
So,
Gotcha.
I mean, kudos, Nick, to you for picking this for us. We should do more anime. Maybe we'll see if
we should do
Slayer in 2 weeks.
We should never do anime. Anime is for weeaboo trash lords.
Yeah, we should do real movies like
War of the Worlds,
SpongeBob SquarePants: The Search for SpongeBob, or whatever it's called, the new one. If anybody can figure out what this movie was, where the guy was in a clock tower, it might have been a cartoon. I'm kind of I'm inching towards cartoon now. A guy gets crushed between a thing, what should be crushed between a gear, but then he just doesn't. You know what? It's probably a Batman thing. Maybe it's Ragdoll. Maybe that's how he survives. That's probably what it is. Anyway, love Batman. He's pretty cool. He wouldn't like Lupin. Lupin does crimes. Lupin's his Catwoman, you know? But then what's the Catwoman? Double Catwoman. That'd be pretty crazy.
Do you think Batman and Lupin would kiss?
No.
Yeah, I think, well, I mean, he's a charming guy. I think that's the thing. The thing about Lupin,
he's a dashing guy, even.
He's a dashing guy. I do think he has the vibe of Catwoman, which is just a real fuck it, let's do crimes energy. That's the kind of Catwoman's. Sometimes she's like, I need to get all the cat-based things, but a lot of the other times she's just like, I've got money and I like to do, you know, heists. And Batman, I feel like, is frequently, it feels like at odds with her, partially because of her lack of purpose. And she's just like living free, and that's a life he can't have. And he finds that attractive. So I feel like that is also present in Lupin. So yeah. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Could they do it? Did they have the well, is Lupin, who owns this thing?
That's
like
my question.
Whoever created it. I think he's still alive.
Right? Well, there's only 8 companies. So like which one of them has it now?
Yeah.
Is it like you know, because it's going to be one of them. So whichever one that is, I hope it's Warner Brothers, so then they can do this, do a big crossover. Yeah. So do you guys want to get to our classic segment?
I would
love that.
All right, let's recommend some things. DJ, do you have anything to recommend to the fine people?
Couple quick things. So I had spent the weekend with some children, like I want to do when you have a child. So Disruptor and some of his friends got together with their parents and played the Bluey scavenger hunt game.
Oh my god.
Which
okay, no, go for it. Google it.
This doesn't come up a ton, but since I'm a dad, I'm going to be sometimes wrecking dad shit. So, I know we got dads that listen, and sometimes they need dad shit or mom shit, either way, dad or mom shit, to, hear. And listen, if you got kids in that 3 to 5 range, the Bluey Scavenger Hunt game is great. You get a card, you got to go find the thing. Maybe you do a silly little dance. You technically supposed to move around on a board. It doesn't matter when you're playing with 3-year-olds, but they like going to find, red blanket, cars, whatever. Just find a thing, and it's fun. It's cute. It burns some time, and it's like $8 on Walmart.com. So getting those pre-tariff prices, maybe, I don't know. But it's Diggins, the niece and nephew, maybe, and they got to be like, it feels like Bluey's the baseline. It's like, we're gonna play a Bluey game. It's like, Bluey game, and then so I think that helps a lot. Because if I was like, let's do a regular scavenger hunt, they'd be like, fuck you. But I'm like, let's do a Bluey scavenger hunt game. Then they're very excited about it. So that's one thing. And then the second piece, it's not like a wreck. But I do want to take the time to talk about some propaganda. So I don't think I could ever get tricked by like being in a cult, right? I don't think so. I think I got a good head on my shoulders. But it is football season and it's the cultiest thing I do. And the Miami Dolphins put this thing on their YouTube page called Under the Sun Episode 1. And it's like their own, like, way crappier version of Hard Knocks. And it was like half an hour and I watched it. And you would never watch this if you were a Dolphins fan, right? But it is something where I'm like, wow, let's go. The Dolphins are going to win the Super Bowl. And it's like, that's not true. But I watched the Dolphins propaganda and I believe it. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that. Because it's concerning. I fell for it real hard. I like hook, line, and sinker. I'm like, yeah, I believe you. So I just want to keep an eye on if I can be tricked by propaganda.
I think this is real character growth. That DJ, you feel good about one of your sports teams and are not coming rip roaring on the podcast like they're going to win the big game this year. They're going to do it.
I guess for more context, I was pretty down going into the season, but this lifted me up, but in a way where I'm like, it's not based on anything. It's irrational. And I just got a long look in the mirror about, what I watch on YouTube. I gotta be real careful because it feels like I'd be going down a couple rabbit holes being a flat earther. So just want to flag it. Under the Sun, Episode 1. I'm going to keep everyone updated. If they release more, I'm going to watch. If they do this all season, holy shit. So, it'll be great when they're like 3 and 5 and they're like, we're going to turn it around. So anyway, and now I'll save the other football thing for plugs, but Diggins, what would you like to recommend?
Well, first, I would like to recommend a little TV show that's come back since the last time we recorded. A little show by the name of Peacemaker. I was a big fan of the first season. I thought it was like super fun and like really well written. Just like a great sort of like character study of this guy, and just John Cena played him so perfectly as this like utter buffoon, but with this like really vulnerable kind of like center that like made you care about him. And I think there's been 2 episodes so far at time of recording. And I think it's been just as good. I think they've really kept the energy going. Tim Meadows is in this season and is hilarious. I already know Nando's favorite bit of his. We were talking about it the other day.
Although I do think other bits of his have had a lot of, there's been some funny jokes about them online that I think are pretty funny. Seen some funny memes. The kids love memes. So
the kids do love memes.
Happy to see him. I saw, what's his name? I think I saw it. This must have been on Twitter or something. Steve Agee, they asked him, like, do people call you the new thing? And he was like, oh, only like every time I leave my house. So that's pretty fun that now he gets called that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really enjoying that. And then also a couple YouTube videos on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. A couple of YouTube videos came out that were really good, but not light watches. The big one, of course, Lindsay Ellis's The Unforgivable Sin of Ms. Rachel.
I did watch that. I just didn't want to wreck it.
Because you don't agree. You think Miss Rachel deserves to go to jail. You keep saying that.
You're like, Miss Rachel is really bad and should stop saying that Palestinian children matter.
Yeah, I always think all those things. I will say, if she makes a lot of good points in 2.5 hours, it's 2.5 hours, man. Like, let's, Nando, you're amongst these people. I totally get it. But let's just shave it. Let's shave it down. Let's get that. Let's shrink it.
No,
let's just
make
shrink
them
it
You
down.
want 2 minutes. Just
Make
a
them
nice,
longer.
quick TikTok, 2 minutes long.
There shouldn't be a single YouTube video under 4 hours.
Yeah, that's where we're headed.
It's a great video and better than the stupid thing I recommended. Not the Bluey game, that's great, but the Dolphins propaganda. So, yeah.
To be clear, what it's about is it's about sort of like it uses the sort of quote unquote controversy around Ms. Rachel for like centering Palestinian children and trying to be like trying to advocate for relief efforts and aid towards Palestinian children during the ongoing crisis in Gaza. Very normal and good thing for a person to do. We did it much less successfully than her.
Not as good as Miss Rachel, you think?
I think we're not as good as Miss Rachel. Yeah.
All right. Agree, disagree.
But it uses that to just talk about the wider sort of conflict in Gaza and why some people seem incapable or unwilling or unable to empathize with people, with Palestinians, and just sort of really cracking into the whole topic. And I think it is really good. And also, coincidentally, a couple days ago, Jack Saint put out a video called Zionism and The Last of Us, which sort of uses The Last of Us 2 and the question of whether it has a Zionist perspective, which is something that has been, I think, in at least some corners of the internet, a discussion since that game came out. To also talk about more broadly about like the concept of Zionism and how it relates to the modern conflict and anti-Semitism and etc. All of that. So yeah, two videos about basically the same topic, approached from different angles. Both I think are really good and give a really good overview of the whole situation and why it's all fucked up.
That's true.
But yeah, those are my recs. What about you, Nando?
I did watch a couple things as well. I'll say my big one, not big one, but like the blanket one, and this kind of covers what we talked about this already. But or like I talked about this last week. I think I finished the season of Twisted Metal. Season 2 is done, and the show's really good now. And like it just is. Everybody that watches it agrees pretty much. Any problems people had with the first season, like they fixed it, but it's also just very funny. It's got a lot of funny characters they've added, and the car parts are cool too, and it's just a good show. So I'm happy that they did a good job. As someone who had never played the games, there were certain things that I recognized, and I was pretty excited to see them. Like the fact that they went for it with them, you were like, oh shit, they're doing it. So big fan. I also watched a ton of YouTube videos this week, and some of them are pretty long, so I'll recommend those as well. And some videos I think like you could just watch any one by the creator, but I think there's certain ones that I think I'll recommend the specific ones. One on his channel Complexity, Hank Green does a bit where he just has conversations with people and they ask questions. Vic Michaelis had an episode where they were on the show. It's like so funny. I loved it. Everybody likes them should watch it. One of the rabbit holes I went down was there's a video that went on, came out recently by a channel called The Elephant Graveyard. Have either of you guys heard of this? So the
Only in
video is
Lion
called.
King.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, similar, I guess. It came out 2 weeks ago. The video is called Comedy Jonestown: How Comedy Was Destroyed by an Anti-Reality Doomsday Cult, and it's about Joe Rogan and like his comedy mothership and stuff. But it's structured like a documentary, so it's like an hour and a half long, and it's about like how these guys have kind of insulated themselves, like Joe Rogan, but also a lot of Tony Hinchcliffe. Which this was the rabbit hole I went to because I didn't know who this guy was at all. So like I watched videos by this guy about him, and then I watched some Tim Heidecker videos about him, and I it's fascinating. But yeah, this video is interesting. It's very weird, the comedy anti-doomsday reality cult video, but like it's pretty interesting, and like it's just talking about like how they created this weird little, first the podcast, but then like this empire that exists in like Austin of comedians, and then whatever Kill Tony is, and it's kind of why like all the comedians are bad, and like why comedy as like a force now is like evil. Mark Maron's been talking about it a lot recently, and that was kind of where I heard about this documentary, even though I did see it before in my inbox, because I've watched other Elephant Graveyard videos about how bad Joe Rogan and all his friends are. And watching all the new Mark Maron videos has been great. He was also on Office Hours recently, but I'll say, if you never watched Office Hours, it's the most obnoxious thing ever, but it's really funny. And it's a podcast that's done live by Tim Heidecker and all of his friends. And Tim Heidecker, like me and all the funny people, is obsessed with Bill Maher. So I would say there's a video he made recently. It's a quick 3-minute long cut of Tim and the whole gang watching Bill Maher talk about his iPod, why he loves his iPod. And the video is called Grumpy Old Man Loves Ancient Technology, and it is so funny. I was crying because it's just the dumbest. Bill Maher is so boring. And when you have someone really funny like Tim and some of these other guys just cutting in and going, what the fuck is this? It's great. So loved it. Huge fan. Last thing I watched, besides the Zionism and the Last of Us video, which I also did watch, also a big fan of Jack Saint. I watched a video, this came out months ago, but for some reason it's got served up in my algorithm, called Going Undercover, Dating the Far Right, on the Ask a Matchmaker podcast. And it's just about this journalist, and she was like, I'm gonna for a year just date alt-right men and see what they're thinking, like see what's up, not like actually date them to like marry them or whatever, but just like go on dates with them and ask them like, what's your thing? And it's really interesting. And specifically she does it with people that are in New York and are alt-right but are pretending not to be for like their friend group, so like they can maintain any social interactions, and like that, just that concept I think is fascinating. So yeah, I watched a lot of other videos. I watched a lot of great stuff this week. I probably watched a movie or two, but I can't remember what it is. Obviously Joey is amazing. Naked Gun is on VOD now, so that's great. Still loving that. And but yeah, so all those videos. Also, I tried to crack open that Red Sonja movie. I'm working on it. I think it's okay. Not great, not terrible. But yeah, what are we doing next week, fellas?
Wow.
What a great question.
When does that anime you were talking about come out, DJ?
Not till the following week. It's like the 12th. It's that weekend. So I know, tempting.
Have you guys heard of The Home?
I have not.
The Home?
It's this new Pete Davidson horror movie that people say is really weird and bad, kind of. That could be fun.
Okay. I like weird and bad.
It just hit VOD, so that's why I was like kind of on my radar. We could do another death though. We could do, what was the other one that's been like in the hopper for a while?
Saw or Lakeisha with Roger?
Yeah. So we could do one of those. Is it just any Saw movie or the first Saw? Do you remember?
The first Saw.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was up to us or not.
Roger, let us know if we can pick a different Saw, because I think the first Saw is kind of light plot wise, but the further Saws are pretty weird and would make for, I think, more fun episodes. And
well, it's not Roger's pick, it's someone else, but they want us, we do Lakeisha, to do it with Roger.
Oh, I see. Okay, so then another person. That's up to you then. I guess we'll figure it out. I mean, there are movies out now, right? We could watch Caught Stealing or whatever. I don't know.
You sound so convinced.
We could watch Freakier Friday.
Oh yeah, that's a movie. It's got Manny Jacinto in it. We love him. When does The Long Walk come out? That's soon, right? Seems like that might kind of be a hit. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We got to figure out who won the $5 donation.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
We should
We'll do it eventually. We'll do it eventually.
Oh, also NFL. Oh wait, that's the next segment.
Yeah. So, do you guys have anything to plug, DJ?
Obviously, NFL Survivor Pool. Details are in the Discord. Join before Monday at the latest. You could pick one of the 2 Monday night teams, but better if you get the full Sunday slate. The Thursday game already happened, but you didn't want to go for that anyway because who knows what could happen. ESPN Survivor Pool. Search mostly nitpicking ESPN Survivor Pool or check the Discord. 2 easiest ways to find us. Winner gets to pick a movie. Pick one NFL team a week. Besides that, listen to Roses and Rejections on the Pop Break TV podcast feed. Love Island reunion, Bachelor in Paradise finale.
Did you see what got canceled, DJ?
What?
Hot or not or whatever. What's the one where the Alexa tells them not to have sex?
Too hot to handle.
Too hot to handle.
Damn.
Done. Yeah. Which makes sense because it was bad and it never was fun. But so good.
All right. But that's all I got. Diggins.
Nope. What about you, Nando?
Videos I put out. I don't even remember when we did this last, so it's hard to call. But I mean, I've been putting out videos about the Peacemaker show and like what I think is going on because there is kind of a twist, and I think it's fun. I don't think it's like the most complex twist ever, but it's kind of like what is this? Something's up. So you can watch those. And just like talking about it and talking about parts that are good and characters that they're introducing and stuff. I've also put out videos about different Mr. Milacek is in the Spider-Man movie, so like who's he gonna be? Stuff like that. And that's all on the Nando Cut and Nando V Movies channels. So just follow me there and you'll see all that stuff. There's lots of great stuff. And until next week, I've been at Nando V Movies on Twitter.
I'm at Zippy by Day on all the platforms.
I'm at C Diggins exclusively on Bluesky.
Bye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.